Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us for another session of Archeo Gaming Live featuring Sasa's gamers Kate Minetti and Alexander Vanderwalle. Really quick, let's go over what is SASA. SASA stands for Save Ancient Studies Alliance. It's our mission to reverse the current downward trend in the study of the ancient world by engaging the public and bringing together students and scholars to share their passion for the study of the ancient world in order to inspire a vast new generation of students. We do this by hosting a lot of different kinds of live events, doing research on the downward trend in ancient studies. We have an open access database where you can search resources in ancient studies and much more. Where can you find SASA? Search for Save Ancient Studies Alliance, and on any of these platforms, please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, LinkedIn, and now TikTok. SASA's live events protocol. Please be kind and respectful. Listen and ask thoughtful questions throughout the event. Please be patient with technology and those administering it. SASA live events are streamed on Twitch, and recordings will be posted on SASA's YouTube channel shortly after the event. There are spoilers during our Archeo gaming events, but of course, as always, have fun. Don't forget to subscribe to SASA on Twitch. If you enjoy our live events, such as Archeo gaming, book clubs, and reading groups, please consider becoming a supporter with a recurring donation. You can do this for as little as $3 a month, and you can help save ancient studies. Thank you for joining us.
The loopies.
We should be live and audible. If someone could please confirm that we can all be heard
Woohoo!
in a nice capacity.
We are?
Are we audible?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah? Okay, great. Hi, thank you everyone for joining. We're back with Stray Gods, a role-playing musical that we started last week. We are here with David and Julie, the two new additions to the SASA Gaming cast. You'll have seen them before, so I think we can forego the usual introduction at this point. But we're gonna be playing the first half of Stray Gods Act 2. This is something that David hasn't played, and Julie has. Am I correct? I think so, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
And so, Julie, what are your ideas of the game? Because you've been streaming it on your channel as well.
Yeah, so I've been streaming it on my channel. My Twitch channel is at Zillable, if you want to follow there, or you can look at my YouTube, which is Zilla's Athenaeum, and I have all my recordings there. So I've really been enjoying this game a lot. The aesthetic is just to die for.
Yeah.
I mean, look at this. It's like
Absolutely.
it's just like perfect, like nightclub romance, like 90s movie. It's going great. I love it. Indie punk scene sounds good. But like the iconography, I'm just in love with. It's so cool. They do just a really good job of making the characters feel authentically modern and ancient at the same time.
Which is what they are in this game, literally.
Which is what they are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're eidolons. They're
Yeah.
idols.
they're idols.
They're both pop idols and idols in the sense of images of or avatars of the gods, embodiments, as it were.
Yeah.
So that's really interesting and a lot of fun, and I like the relationships that they have for the most part. I will say that, you know, when I started this game, I looked in the options and I was like, hey, look at all of these wonderful options for like content warnings. I don't really need anything specific. Pay attention to the content warning. Because goes places.
Yeah, I think
I'm going to those places today, but
I think that's
just so you know.
That's a very good point, because I think in the scene, at least one of the scenes that I remember from Act 2, these, you know, will be very, you know, applicable. So yeah, the audience has been warned for these things.
Yeah.
But it's, yeah, I mean, in terms of the accessibility as well, I think you're right. This is, you know, remarkable for a game to do this.
Yeah.
And you know, especially, you know, I mean, all of these, I mean, not all of these, but many of these are so common, recurrent elements in games especially
Mhm.
violence, death, and you just. I'm not gonna say you get desensitized by it because but it has like it's at some point you're not thinking about
Yeah,
it
like you
being,
come to assume that games are going to have
Yeah.
it, even when not all games do, and in fact, I often prefer ones that don't. Well, some of the things like death and PTSD and themes of suicide, those come up a lot in games that I like, but the violence is something I can largely do without. One thing I will say though is just as a very specific content warning and minor spoilers if you want to cover your ears, but there is a tie-in with the atomic bomb in World War II that I was not expecting, so just... Okay then.
I wasn't expecting that, so...
I don't think I've seen that scene specifically, but I think I can imagine.
Probably not.
Yeah.
But it's if you go watch my last stream of it, I have thoughts and feelings
Yeah.
about that. But I won't bring them in here because we're probably not doing that. Well, who knows?
We'll
we might not
see.
do it at all, but
I mean,
probably not today.
I'll be asking you to and the chat to make choices as well. 'Cause I don't, if anybody wants to see anything or wants to, go a particular path, you should be able to. So yeah, let's get into it.
Let's see where the road gets.
See where the road takes us. If we're straying from the road. So last time, if you remember, we were in a nightclub, the Underworld nightclub. We were there. It was managed by Persephone. We then got a chance to align ourselves or to partner with either Persephone or Apollo. We chose to go with Persephone because she's a very cool character in this game. And now we're for me, we're in uncharted territory. Like, I'm not really sure what to expect now because I played it differently the first time. But we have 3 options at this point. They're not mutually exclusive as far as I remember from me playing this the first time. So it doesn't really matter, which one you do in which order at this point. But we can go talk to Pan, Persephone, or Apollo. So who should we go talk to first?
If the white mind can decide, I think it's interesting to go to Persephone. Call me archetypical, but I like her. She's a great character.
You're right.
Yeah. I mean she's wonderful. I actually would be interested in talking to Apollo because I didn't. And there is a way that you can end up not talking to him before you run into him somewhere else. So.
Oh, okay. So
fair point.
Okay, so if we go to Apollo now, we can still go to Persephone after.
I think so.
Right.
I don't know. I didn't do it.
Let's do that.
Let's try. Yeah.
There's no way to save scum in this game, so all our options are permanent. It's not Baldur's Gate where you can just reload, but
it's always
his house is so funny.
it's in every other game this would have been Poseidon's house, right?
I know.
Grace,
And also just
How
I
did
love
you do that?
Oracle so
what are you
much.
doing
Yeah.
here?
Yeah.
When you stayed with Persephone, I thought that... Well, I didn't expect to see you again.
Can I choose?
Yeah, you can choose.
Go up. You were a jerk.
Thought you'd slink off without a word, huh?
I'm sorry.
You should be. That explosion of yours at the underworld? What the hell was that? You think that will help Calliope? Or are we back to making everything all about you again?
Hey, nobody but me talks to Paul like that.
It's all right,
Oh, she's so
Oracle.
cute.
Is that it, Grace? Are you through?
Are we through?
I take it you chose Kick-Ass as her core personality trait,
We did, yes. Last
We
time.
did, yeah, very red.
which I did not.
Yeah. So
Hilarity.
I still want your help. That doesn't revert our Persephone alignment, does it?
Not that I know of.
Children.
Or should we not choose that one? Just to be sure. Let's go. I mean, we're already, being mean to him. Let's go for no apology.
I'm through.
The pious
Unless
side
you
of
have
us.
something else to say.
I want to apologize for my outburst.
He actually did. Why?
Yeah.
Being around my family
It's the
brings
first
out
time
the
he's
worst
done
in me,
that.
I'm afraid.
Ever.
It's why I avoid them whenever possible, and why I should have resisted getting dragged into all this.
As if you didn't.
All this.
What do you mean, all this?
Okay.
Saving my life? Helping find your friend's murderer?
When we met, I said I would just make things worse. And I was right.
You haven't. Even if you had, isn't now the time to fix it?
So fun thing about that line actually comes up in
Goodbye,
talking to
Grace.
him later if you don't do
I
this.
hope you find what
Oh,
you're looking
okay.
for.
Oh, interesting.
Oh yeah, so you're right. So it's a scene that you can miss. Okay, and now we have Persephone and Pan. So let's go to Persephone then.
Yeah,
Back to the
and still no chance.
Oh, back already, are you? It's just as well. I've asked around, called in some favors, just enough to get an idea of what all the idols are currently up to. Much as I'm loath to admit it, I'm back to thinking Pan may be our prime suspect after all.
Pan. I mean, if there's a question mark, you can basically ask them without. I mean, it just like in Odyssey, like you have the gold and the white ones. So these are the white ones, so you can just ask them in whichever order you want.
Why Pan? I thought you'd rejected him as a suspect.
I did. It doesn't seem like his style. Pan has always preferred scheming over direct
Kate was right.
confrontation.
She drinks.
But the
So
thing
what?
is, how did he know
what?
about you so quickly?
She
drinks
drinks
a
a
What
lot.
does he hope to
Yeah.
gain by
Yeah,
sticking
Kate
his
was right.
nose in?
A
She
favor
reminds me
or
of
two, I
Sirafel in
guess.
Good Omens.
Half
She
the
only
idols
has
owe him a
tables
favor
and
or
plans,
two.
nothing else.
No, he's up to something else. Until I know what it is, I can't discount the possibility that he's involved in
I
all
love
this.
that jacket,
You
though.
should know.
I want that jacket.
Pan asked me to meet him at Olympus.
I mean,
I'm
we
not sure why.
we talked
Oh,
about it last
that's
week. Like, there's a
interesting.
lot
Did
of
he happen to say what he
cosplayers,
wanted?
of
No.
this game already.
He probably wants to cash
I'll
in
bet.
his
Yeah.
favor.
I bet it's
Ah,
very
yeah, that's
distinctive
what he
looking.
does.
Yeah.
Collect favors and then use
I
them
need
to
myself a
gather even
Freddy
more
hat.
favors. To what end, I dare not guess.
Are we suspicious of Pan, or are we?
I am always suspicious of
I mean,
Pan.
I'm always suspicious of Pan, but am I suspicious of him as a murderer? Ah!
So what do we choose?
um,
Maybe that's a motive. Like,
yeah.
to ask
I think so.
further.
Maybe that's what went wrong with Calliope. A favor she wouldn't repay.
Or something she'd discovered and refused to conceal. Now, that would be just like her.
That
You should
does
go
seem
ahead
to
and see
be
what
kind of
Pan
her MO.
wants.
Yeah.
It might be useful.
Just throw caution to the wind, huh?
Somehow you'll manage. I want to send you to a party, Grace. One Aphrodite is
party.
holding. She and Eros know Pan perhaps better than anyone. If you go, it'll give you a chance to find out what he's really up to.
Kind of funny that they know Pan better than, like, Hermes.
Yeah. I guess. You know. Yeah, I don't know. Like Pan, it's just I don't like Pan in this game that much. To be honest. Like,
Me neither.
it's,
Oh, really?
I mean, guess he's.
I mean, he's very much more a libertine than a
yeah.
forest god, but I think he's charmingly assholey.
Yeah, like he gives me some
Ooh,
like
beautiful.
I don't know why, but he gives me like Dionysus vibes in this game. First, like I don't know, like and you're supposed.
Mm.
I mean, and I don't know. Like I mean, of course you can't. I mean, it's a murder mystery, right? So you have to be suspicious of everyone. Like the game wants you to be suspicious of him at the beginning, and like I don't like I want to make my own opinions in a way. Like I don't know, but it's
Why a party?
I
Couldn't
quite
I just
agree.
go
Actually,
wherever she
for me,
lives
it
and ask
struck
her?
me like that kind of
You could,
salesman who is
but if you go to
eager
this
to get on
party,
with you from
she'll
the
be
first moment,
grateful.
so
Yeah.
you automatically.
She holds
yeah.
it from time to time and always asked Calliope to attend, but Calliope never would. You can put two and two together. A grateful Aphrodite might be willing to tell you what Pan is really
I wonder
up to.
if that difference in how we read Pan is you know, a guy thing.
might be.
Because it just reads
I
as
still have that
flirtatious to
invitation
me.
from Pan. Maybe
Like-
it'd be easier if I
He's
just
up
went
to
see
something
him.
for sure,
You should do both.
but
Just don't believe a single word coming
Yeah,
out of
you
his
might
mouth.
be right.
I could always beat the truth out of him.
Careful.
It would
He's
be
bound to
interesting
enjoy
like,
that.
study audience responses to this.
Yeah.
And like
I would be fascinated by
yeah,
that.
like see which choices get made more than others. And I think, because this is such a unique game, you would get rather
You know
unique
Aphrodite
results
better
as
than
well.
I do. Can't you talk to her?
She and
There's
I
a minder, yeah.
don't get along.
Like how you and Apollo don't get along?
Even more intensely than that. I once said some things about her husband. They were true, but unwelcome. Suffice it to say,
See,
if I
that
showed up at
surprised me. I
Aphrodite's
was, like,
party,
expecting an
revealing
Adonis
Pan's
reference
secrets
there.
would be the last
Yeah.
thing on her mind.
Yeah, you're
One
right.
wild party
Like,
with a goddess
not
of love
Hephaestus,
coming up.
but
It's less
clearly
of a
it was
wild
more
party
recent.
and more
like
of a
later you
somber
get some more
affair.
information
You
that
mean
makes
like
it
a
obvious that
cocktail
this is a
party?
more recent
Let me
development
put it
about
this way.
Hephaestus.
Yeah. And
Apollo
what,
will
how
likely
they
be there.
talk about
Gotcha.
Hephaestus
Expectations
and
of
Aphrodite
fun
in this game,
downgraded
I
considerably.
don't think I've seen that before.
I'll let you know what
in
I
any
find.
reception.
Yeah, they clearly they did something really interesting with
Yeah.
that. Like, I don't want to spoil
No,
stuff
yeah.
for you, but like there are developments that are way more recent than anything we would know.
Yeah. So I don't think any of these. Do they cancel each other?
I don't know if you can talk to Pan after Aphrodite's party or not.
But the party is set in stone. You can't. That's a canon event, right? Like it's that doesn't
I'm sorry, what was that expression?
a canon event.
Yeah.
Like
Okay,
from,
okay.
Spider-Verse.
A
okay.
canon
Yeah.
event.
Like-
It's just the microphones. I misheard it, and I was
no.
like, "Wait, is this some weird idiom about cats and the ventilation?"
Yeah, canon event. Yeah, you can. you can't. Yeah.
Getting any air past that. Just fur.
You can't avoid cats in vents. It's the point.
I think now it's our holy mission to give a meaning to that. So, any idea?
Okay, I think we have a new idea for.
Playing Stray is what you're saying.
Yeah, we have a new idea
I'm
for
all in on this.
Twitch rewards now. For 1,000 coins, we'll rescue a cat out of a vent in your neighborhood.
Ma'am.
I mean, yeah, nobody has claimed it yet.
For now.
For now. Okay, so let's talk to Pan, because I think, yeah. I think Aphrodite's party is definitely bound to happen anyway, so. And this is a very
After
appropriate
architecture,
looking building.
I like the pediment on top of the just like normal skyscraper.
Yeah.
I'd say hello, Grace, but I'm afraid
wasn't
that look
fancy
on your
enough.
face might be catching.
What is this place?
It's a garden, darling. Surely even mortals have them.
This building. All those people I pass getting up here. Are they all idols?
Oh, at least some of them. Welcome to Olympus, dear
Olympus.
Grace. Our home hidden away in plain sight.
Which is very Percy
Marvelous,
Jackson
isn't it?
here. Just like in a skyscraper.
It's true.
How many idols are there? I've met, less than 12?
Oh,
I like that she
don't
picks 12 because she
20,
clearly doesn't know jack
30.
about Greek
No, she doesn't know
mythology.
anything.
Our numbers have dwindled so much I've stopped keeping track.
I didn't know there were that many gods.
Where's Freddy when
We're
you
not
need her?
all equally legendary, it's true. Some idols were barely worshipped, others not at all. Indeed, not all of us are idols. Some are merely immortal.
Hangers on.
Hangers on, if you will. You'll meet them all, given time.
Like, I've been trying to figure out what all the plants are because like so many of them are
Idols live here?
Greek plants. Like you got the olive
Calliope
tree
didn't,
in the
obviously.
center and these great
Apollo
fins
doesn't
on the
either.
trellis, but I
One
can't
must
figure out
have
the
special
bushes.
dispensation from Our Lady of Wisdom, Athena, before they can take up a private dung heap like Apollo's.
Am I gonna have to give him my apartment?
Junkie.
I mean, it is
That's rather
not
putting the cart before
nicest.
the horse, darling.
No,
First,
that it's got
You must
sun
outlive
scrawled
the
all
week.
over it.
but it's all about the spirit
Right.
of the place. Right?
Good point.
It's Olympus hidden.
I've passed this part of the city 100 times. I've never seen this building. Was it always here? Or
Our Lady Hecate provides glamours that allow certain things to go unseen, such as my glorious horns. Olympus
They are
is
kind
a
of glorious.
sage. Those invited see it. Those who aren't see exactly
Credit
what
where
they
credit is due.
expect. It's not anywhere as grand as in the old
Water
country, but
lilies are not really a
it
thing I
serves its
associate with
purpose.
Greece, I have to admit.
Yeah, no. At least not with ancient Greece.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I think when I lived in Athens, you had in like the national, I mean the city park, there were water lilies, and you had like big ponds of turtles there, and it was nice.
I don't know, Pan. Olympus seems pretty grand to me.
As if mortals would know any better. This isn't the first time you've been here.
I mean, they have been around
I'm sure
for thousands
Hermes
of
took
years.
you to
They shouldn't be
Athena's
just getting
dreary
nostalgic about
office.
that classical
Oh,
era.
that's here?
You're right.
Have
They've
you
got
heard-
experience.
Good one, that Hermes.
Exactly. Maybe Pan fell
Almost
in
as
love with
dull-witted
Village.
as the original, but biddable.
Yeah.
You asked
I'm
me to meet you
imagining
here.
Pan
I did,
in
as
like
I recall, you owe me
the-
a favor.
the
A favor
Near
that I now
East
wish
in
to
that
collect, if
period,
you'd be
just
so
like
kind.
living it up in the courts of the Shahs.
That's a noble to write.
So what are we saying?
Oh, yeah.
To make a choice.
Persephone was right about you.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
like the guy.
figured
Sorry.
as much. Persephone was right about you.
Dear, sweet, suspicious Persephone. My vicious little
Vicious
pomegranate,
little
what have I ever done to you? Here's the thing.
Aw,
Friend
what an
has begged
endearment.
for my help, and you're far better suited than I to offer what he requires. I'll give you a key to reach the reliquary where he resides.
Reliquary.
You help
Reliquary
him,
time.
then we're even. If that's not enough incentive, the reliquary is also where you'll find the lovely Hecate.
Only
A
video games
sorceress
and
of her
deep
power could aid your
Catholicism make
quest.
reliquary something appealing.
What do you say?
True. It's, wait. What is a reliquary?
What is this reliquary? Doesn't that
Yeah,
have something
so
to do with
that's
the
one
bones
of the things
saints or
they
something?
Not
directly
those
answer,
relics.
which I like.
Our relics. The relics of ancient gods. Magical treasures collected over thousands of years.
It's basically a library.
Yeah.
A magic
Books, mainly.
library. I love
We
magic
store them in a
libraries. Who
faraway
doesn't love
place
magic
so no one
libraries?
unsavory can get their hands
more of
on
those.
them.
Unsavory like you?
Unsavory like most. Athena has
get it
decreed
vibe.
that these relics are not to be used by any save Hecate and herself. A rather dull waste of so much amassed knowledge and power, but who am I to judge? I'm not leader of the chorus.
They missed a prime opportunity to use
If these
Koragos.
relics are off
Yeah.
limits,
Oh.
does that mean they're
I think
dangerous?
Chorus was originally the name of
Some,
the game before it was
But I'm
Stray
not
Gods.
asking you to chase
Yeah.
after any of that
It's-
nonsense. In fact,
I like the name
I'd
Stray Gods
advise
better,
against it.
even if
Yeah.
it is also a
But-
metal band.
What if one of those
Is it?
relics could help me?
Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
I learned it from
My,
Jeremy, of
such
course.
an
Ah, yeah.
adventurer you are.
I'm gonna have to
It's
go listen to
possible.
them now.
Yeah.
But ask
Jeremy has
Hecate
good taste.
first.
I mean, last
She-
time we talked about metal
And I
on,
mean this with
on the
complete
stream.
and
We
uncharacteristic
found out that Billy
seriousness.
Joel used to be in a band called
Is
Attila.
not an idol you
but,
or anyone wishes to cross.
What a moment. Yeah.
That was one of my, I think maybe my favorite moment of last season. But,
This person
also
I'm
the very
helped.
last. But
What does he want? And why can't you do it?
Well, Grace, there are some things.
For those of
you're
you
better
watching along,
equipped to
Jeremy
handle
that
than
I'm
I.
referring to is Jeremy Swist,
This,
who goes
as
by
I
the metal
understand it, is a
classicist.
delicate matter of the
He
heart. One that
just had a
requires
piece come out
muse's
in
hand.
the anthology
A
of
matter of the heart.
metal music studies,
What,
I
did you
think.
think I was
is
sending
what
you to
it
rough
is
someone
the
up?
Cambridge anthology.
Set something aflame? Don't be absurd.
So that's pretty awesome.
Man has an issue with his love life.
There's so
Even
many
if you
exciting
can't
things
help
happening
him,
for
I'll treat the effort
classical
as worth
reception
the
nowadays.
favor.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
So that's it? Fix up someone's love life? Nothing trickier
Speaking
than
of
that?
exciting
Oh, the
things
way
happening
you
for
talk,
classical
Grace.
reception,
It
Hades
makes me
2,
blush.
Oh, yeah.
It's just-
2024
I trade in
early
willing
access.
favors, Grace.
It's gonna be
That's
fantastic.
gonna
If I
be
didn't,
interesting.
No one would want to do as I ask, and then where would I be?
Alex
I
is
may
absolutely
seem
not interested.
untrustworthy, but
Sorry?
allow me to
And Alex
reassure
is
you.
absolutely not interested.
If I wish
No,
you
yeah.
harm,
Of course
not.
you
It's,
will walk into that harm
You do not
knowingly.
want that sweet, juicy Hades
with
2
open
early
arms.
access.
No. It's it will also come out exactly after I've submitted my PhD. So
Oh,
it's like,
nice.
right. I mean, it's too late to be in it. Like that's a bit too bad. But it's So we get the chance to romance Pan. Last time, Kate, as our guest, set us on a path to romance every single character in a single playthrough. So are we continuing that path or are we not?
Hey, let's go for it. Let's
Who did you romance last time, Freddy?
Everyone. Every single.
I can't remember who came up, but yeah, okay.
We Apollo, Freddy. Was there another one? Persephone, maybe? I don't think Persephone.
Persephone, I think. Yeah.
I don't think she was.
You definitely can romance Persephone, but probably
yeah.
not at the beginning.
I don't think at the beginning. Maybe Pan is already. I don't know. That's.
You're saying you can talk me into anything?
Anything you would enter into willingly and with eyes wide open, which covers a great deal. Yes.
That's surprisingly ethical of you, Pan.
Surprisingly.
I find consent wildly attractive, Grace.
I mean, it's important.
That's a line.
Yeah.
This Hecate, do you think she could help me?
If she's of a mind. She is the goddess of dark magic, the creator of all our marvelous glamours. If anyone can help you, it is she.
And if she's not of a mind?
Then she won't help you. Grace, that part is up to you. I can't be expected to do everything, can I?
Here, like she's dark magic, and then with Hades too, like it would all revolve around magic. And like that's not something that we usually get. You get the usual suspects, I think. Like you get some Olympians and with some thunderbolts and.
Yeah, but we're starting to get a lot more Hecate.
Yeah.
I mean, Hecate is supposed to be like your Nyx figure in Hades 2, right?
Yeah, I'm not completely. I mean, something like that. She'll be the main helper, but I don't know if she's like Nyx or like Achilles or like,
Yeah.
True. But I think should be something like that.
I'll think about it.
I'm enjoying
but no promises.
the surge of love for Hecate.
Yeah.
Although, like, why they gotta call it dark magic, I don't know.
Fellow, quite harmless.
Yeah, well, that's
I'll send a package to your domicile that contains directions and the key you'll need to reach the reliquary.
No.
I said no promises.
I think it's a Roman view
Well,
on it.
if you decide to go, Grace,
might be.
you'll still need all those things. Say hello to darling Hecate
So we
on
need to
my
find a
behalf,
so-called
will you?
gentleman named Asterion.
Carry on the wheel. Sorry. Kate's not here today, so sorry.
Kate's not, yeah. We need the. So we have Aphrodite's party. We have the reliquary. It says or. I don't think they're exclusive, so I think we can choose.
Yeah, I definitely went to the reliquary before going to Aphrodite's
Okay, let's do
party.
that. Let's go to the reliquary.
Let's go.
It's inside.
It's inside a shipping
the
crate.
shipping crate. Yeah. Now Freddy is here.
It's a good
Well, in
idea
that
to take
shipping
Freddy with you
container,
here.
I was expecting, I don't know, rats.
Yeah.
Instead we have... Where the hell are we?
It's hard to say. Weren't we going to some kind of library?
When we go to some
That's what I
kind of
was
library, this might not be safe.
Be careful with libraries.
Yeah.
Be careful with libraries. You do not want to piss off the librarian.
That is true.
Absolutely.
You wanna be
Librarians
silent.
know their stuff.
Okay. That's...
Maybe I shouldn't have brought you here.
I live for danger.
This isn't D&D, Freddy. Some of these idols, they mean business.
Do not start dissing D&D. There
Dungeons
is
and
literally
Deities.
no better preparation for facing a world of gods and magic. Plus, my initiative is ace.
I love Freddy so
You're
much.
such a nerd.
Speaking of, how much do you actually know about Hecate and this idol you're supposed to help?
Tell me about Hecate.
Do you know anything about this Hecate? It's
Freddy
not
is
a
the
name that
real-
rings bells.
Let's
Expert.
see. Well, she was the goddess of witchcraft, the really dark kind.
Oh.
But she's never really portrayed as evil. She was more of an outsider, lived alone, off in her little corner of the underworld. Do you think that's where we could be? Oh, that is so cool. I bet knowledge is important to her. It could be an angle if you talk to her.
Hey, this is realistic. If you're in such a situation, a geek is exactly the expert you
Yeah,
want.
you're right. Alright, so we're going the romance route.
Of
I'm so
course.
glad I brought you, Freddy. I wouldn't know the first thing about any of this.
Nah. Well, I hope it's actually helpful to tell you these things.
Why wouldn't it be?
Because it could all be wrong. I would have never pegged Apollo for a surfer dude with confidence issues.
Yeah, good point. The idol we're here to help is named Asteria.
And you know who that is, right?
No. Should I?
That's the Minotaur's real name. You know, big bullhead, horns, lives in a giant labyrinth.
Pan did not mention that.
Why am I not surprised?
Is the Minotaur dangerous?
This Minotaur. You don't think he might be dangerous, do you?
Well, traditionally he eats people, but he was also supposed to have been slain by the hero Theseus.
Well, not so slain after all. Pan says he has a problem with his love life.
No one likes bullfighting.
Maybe he needs to stop eating all his girlfriends?
Theseus is the worst.
I knew that sounded wrong the
Except
moment
for
I said it.
Jason.
That's the poll that a couple of months ago, right?
Oh yeah, this is like Liv and I have a perpetual back and forth. She thinks Theseus is the worst. I think Jason is the worst.
Yeah,
I mean we can both agree that they're kind of the
yeah,
worst
they're both
together.
the worst.
They make a good list, yeah.
We should go inside
Also,
instead of standing
props
out
to
here in
this
the
game
fog.
for, you know,
It's more of a mist,
calling
really.
the
A
Minotaur
mist
Asterion.
potentially full of monsters.
It's,
In we go then.
It's becoming a new
Are you
like,
really planning
Hades
on
did the
doing
same.
that
There's another game,
favor for
Theseus,
Pan?
in 2021 that does that as well. So I think like and it goes to, like to like it's a way of humanizing the character and you know psychologizing and acknowledging like the abuse that he suffered as a character. I think, and it goes back to literary precedents. Like you have that one Borges short story,
Yep.
is it Minotaur of Asterion, I think it's called. The Labyrinth of Asterion, I think.
The Labyrinth of Asterion,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then there's the
Oh, man.
books by Cheryl, like the Minotaur takes a cigarette break. Like I
I don't think I know that one.
yeah,
I like
I
it.
have it right here. And there's a sequel that I found out about recently that I bought, but I haven't read it yet. It's, what's it called? The Minotaur Takes His Own Sweet Time, I think it's called. But they're great books.
Now I'm just picturing the Chuck Tingle versions.
The what?
The Chuck Tingle versions.
I don't know what that is.
Oh,
He writes very strange erotica.
Oh, okay.
it's a definition, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, well, I don't. Harriet Porber and the Bad Boy Paracephalosaurus or something like that.
Wow.
That was one of the more famous ones. Also, it was Trans Wizard Harriet Porber, very specifically. So yeah, back to the game.
Back to the game.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's where we
Why not?
play.
Introduce your entire
Pan,
audience to Chuck
that's why
Tingle.
not.
Yeah.
I thought you were over that.
Okay. I hope you're right. Let's go meddle in someone's love life. What could go
I also like the
wrong?
way that game developers are starting to notice that there is a lot of tropes in classical mythology that they can keep exploding. Like
Yeah.
people have other names, they have past, there are other characters,
Hecate!
like Hecate. Exactly.
Exactly, like they're becoming aware, and if you look at, I mean, no, that sounds like they're robots. But like
guess
they,
the type thing is
like
literal,
they're
huh?
aware of the tradition itself and the perception
Mortals
itself, and
of
they
the
look at
Nulliquid.
it specifically.
Who permits
And then
this
they're able to do
intrusion,
fantastic
this
things like this, look at
sacrilege? This knowledge is not meant for the likes of you. I shall grind you into the dust from whence you came.
She's giving off like Galadriel vibes in that one scene.
Yeah.
Love me
Yeah.
and despair.
We were
Oh,
supposed to go.
it's very funny. But so I chose the like charming or compassionate or whatever it is, so that like I had all the green star options. So of course that's what I chose. Now you can't, so I'm very interested to see.
I also when I played it, I chose the green. The what is it? I don't know the name for it anymore, but I chose that. But do we want to go with the red one? Because I mean,
Yeah, do it.
I
Do
I
it.
do.
okay.
Listen,
I like it
lady,
because it's red
I
that's
don't care
polite,
who you
so-
are. One more word and I'll have you dancing a jig until your giant feet fall off.
Grace,
No, I've had it with being threatened. Just
I like to speak with the
once, I'd
writers.
like to go somewhere and not be challenged to a fight.
You
This is great.
are Grace?
Then Calliope is dead. Is that now? I thought that was not for another 11 months yet.
You knew it would happen?
Wait, what? You knew Calliope was going to die? No, I am not informed of this for another 11 months and 3 days. Or I could just tell you now? That cannot be. It is written.
Look at the doors.
Yes, it's right here.
Yeah.
Calliope joins Grace's band. They become friends. Months later, there is an automobile accident and... An accident? No, that's not what happened. Are you saying the books are wrong?
The sacred texts. It seems so, or it wasn't me, I swear.
It wasn't me.
Look, whoever screwed
That's what
up
I would
your
say.
magic book, it wasn't me.
Yeah, Grace is already getting blamed for everything.
The books cannot be tampered with. They record what is.
But it isn't.
You will explain. We will both sit, and you will explain.
There will be tea.
There will be tea.
It's also written. There must be tea.
Curious.
Tea's
It is clear
delicious.
something unanticipated has occurred. Something outside the realm of fate.
Is that even possible?
It is, but I must follow the threads back to their source to find the origin of the deviation. It may take years of research.
Years? I don't have years.
That is unfortunate. If there is nothing else, I must ask you both to leave so I may begin at once.
Is there no way to speed that up? Whoever's behind it might be the murderer.
Such threads are not so easily untangled. I must consult the Moirai, if indeed they are not the ones responsible.
Moirai?
The Moi what?
You might know them as the Fates. They or any beings of a
Thank you,
sufficiently
Grace.
cosmic nature have the power to undo the order of things.
That does not sound good.
Certainly not. They are also not beings I can summon at a whim to solve your mystery. I am sorry.
Can I meet
So I was actually meaning to look this up, but do you recognize that symbol that's on Hecate's forehead and hands? That sort of diamond with a line? Because I didn't.
Let me. Yeah, I should see it again. Are we asking to meet Asterion?
Okay, let's see.
Actually, I came here to speak to Asterion. If, he is here. A visitor for Asterion?
No.
How strange.
I don't think. Like on her forehead, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think
like a
it's
rune.
Yeah, like it doesn't. It
Like a
doesn't
rune,
look
yeah.
like.
Oh.
Yeah, it looks like a
we
Nordic
doing
rune.
guests?
Yeah.
Is that a thing? I didn't know.
Wow.
He's so
okay.
cute.
He was
It's gotta
right.
be cute.
As if there was any doubt.
My old friend, this is Grace. She is
And
our
look,
muse
there's a
from
labyrinth
the line
on the
of Calliope,
carpet.
and it is she who
Yeah.
asked for you.
And it's
Memories.
and it's like what's the There's like two types of labyrinths. It was unidirectional and multi or something. I think it's the first one, and I think there's a book by Penelope. No, I think that her last name is Doob. I think, and she writes like an entire book about like types of labyrinths and what the type of labyrinth on Crete might have supposedly been or something like that. And it's very interesting.
Mm.
Can we talk? Pan sent me. I'm here for your love life.
I'm interested in Can We Talk,
Yeah.
because I think that's the one that is most likely to get you a different scene than what I got.
Okay. Yeah. No.
So I'm here for your love life because I thought it was very funny.
Hi there. Can we talk? Somewhere in private?
Talk? What, you and me? Why? What about?
You know,
British
about a
accent as well.
delicate matter that maybe you
I guess he never hears that
needed
question.
help with?
Yeah.
Oh, nope.
He also looks
no,
like,
no,
Same
no
scene.
idea what you're
Yeah,
talking about.
uh,
No delegates here.
He also looks like
There you have
Beast
it,
from,
Grace.
Belle and the Beast.
I believe now is the time when you
Beauty and the
leave.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, kind of.
There must be some
Or
mistake.
Beast in X-Men.
There is
like
no
a-
mistake.
Yeah, yeah,
Lies
yeah,
Beast.
yeah,
Not
yeah.
this time.
Should be a little
Are
bit
you
more
sure about
blue,
that?
but
Because
Yeah, well,
I'm not going. It is written. Did you hear that? Pan sends me all this way and Asterion won't even talk to us?
Maybe there's another Asterion?
Yeah, more likely Pan's got me chasing my tail. This was pointless.
Well, I don't think we're getting back inside. Do you have another plan?
Time to use my power. Could we sneak in or go back to Pan? Let's not go back to Pan. We should do either one of these two.
Yeah, anything but Pan, please. Powers?
Yeah. Powers.
I don't know if my powers will even work on Hecate, but it's worth a shot.
Ooh, a musical number. Do you think this one could be... do you hear what I'm hearing?
You still here? I had to run the entire... that's a long way, innit?
In it.
He's so oddly British.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to send you away, alright? I just couldn't tell you, not in front of Kate.
And it's really a shame
Whoa.
that neither of the Kates we had on last week. But yeah,
Pity.
Kate. So yeah, for those of you watching, Kate couldn't be here today. She wasn't feeling well, so we can ask about Kate and see what Asterion has to say.
Kate? You don't mean...
Oh, that is so cute.
I heard what you said about Calliope. I can help you. I really, really can. It has to be you. I am so in love with my dear sweet Kate. I just don't know how to tell her. Please help me tell her.
Do you really call Hecate Kate?
Kate.
Off topic, I know, but I have to ask.
Sometimes she has to go into the mortal world for a short time and do things for Athena.
Uh-huh. And...
Well, she had to make up a magic disguise, a new identity. And I thought she should give it a proper name.
And you suggested Kate?
Yeah, she really liked it. She said, "Thank you, Asterion."
Are you really the Minotaur? Like, the monster who roamed a maze and ate people?
And is supposed to be dead?
Well, my father locked me up in a labyrinth, but I never ate anyone.
Oh, well, that's good.
Except Theseus.
Fake news.
But he was a bellend.
He was a bellend.
That's better.
But this
No
game,
lies detected.
this game does, on several occasions, like play with the idea that the myths are, like actual made-up stories. Like, they don't, like, they're fake. Or like they're not what actually happened. Like, and that's interesting. I think that idea of mythopoiesis that it plays with.
Yeah, let me get this straight. You're in love
Making its own
with
version.
Hecate.
Yeah.
It's very traditional.
Like they're the true
Oh,
version
mate,
behind the myth,
Kate is-
like something like that.
She's just the best. Like, she knows everything, and she always smells so good.
We should send
Like,
a
she's so
screenshot.
nice to me, and she doesn't even have to be. Oh, we got
I am
stuck
waiting
in the
for the
tower
spin-off
together
of
because
this
we
guy.
can't live in
It's
the mortal
amazing.
world. I know. I could make her
Austin
happy.
Wintory, the composer, was actually
Well,
like
I want to
saying
try.
on Twitter
won't you help me?
today or maybe yesterday, like, maybe there should be a Stray Gods sequel. So if they ever do Stray Gods 2, I mean, that would be perfect. Why not talk to Kate?
Have you tried, I don't know, talking to her about how you feel? I take that as a no.
I don't have the words. I've tried. Every time I end up knocking over a table
a
or
little
killing a
teddy
cat
bear.
or talking about how sometimes
did you
names
do?
that crazy
I ended
creature
up
I
killing
don't
a
like.
cat.
You killed her cat? Oh, no.
He put the cat in the
It was
fence,
a
I
small
guess.
cat. I panicked. I'm just not good at words. I'm really not good.
Okay, so you're in love with Hecate. What is it you think I can do?
A muse knows about poetry and the heart and how to make words beautiful. All I want is to ask her, but I need good words. Please say you'll help me.
It is clear that he could use some better words.
Yeah. I mean, he did call Theseus a bellend, so I think he has some.
I mean, he has some good ones, yeah.
I don't know. Doesn't this feel a little weird?
Which part?
Helping him
Fall is fall.
woo her
Kate.
with my powers.
You heard what Pan said. You can't make anyone do anything they don't want to do. You can only make them say what's in their heart.
Oh, suddenly you
Yeah,
believe Pan,
that's the
Freddy?
part I can't do.
But no, I think that they're right.
Hecate might say no. You know that, right?
Well, she probably will.
I mean, she's Kate. And I'm me. But just once, I'd like to be able to ask her, to say it out loud instead of thinking it. I'll still help you, no matter what she says. I promise.
I do this and you'll help me in return, right?
Athena
feels
made
very
Kate
weird
swear
in that order.
she's not allowed to say anything about what happens at the tower. But she never made me swear. Maybe she never thought anyone would ask. But I'll tell you, even if Kate doesn't like it, I'll tell you.
If I do this first.
If you help me, any trouble will be worth it.
I guess we do this.
I can't say I'm exactly sure what to do.
Can't you just, start the music?
Yeah, but to do what?
Oh, leave that to me. I am so excited about this, I can't even stand it.
What exactly did you have in mind, Freddie?
I'll set up a vibe and
First song of the day.
I'm not great at words. I'm
Well, yeah.
more of a dancer.
More of a
Just
dancer.
speak from the heart. Be honest. You can do it.
Oh yeah, Forgotten City, you're right.
You cast a spell on me. Not
Wow.
literally, obviously. But I feel in summary, you and me are meant to be. 'Cause you put a hex on me. You didn't do it to me directly. I'm not blaming you specifically.
Complimenting?
Just that
Complimenting.
metaphorically. Shit, can someone help me?
Shit.
It's okay.
Poor soul.
Okay, what are some of the things you love about her?
Oh.
Like the classic balcony scene on a
Yeah.
very, very like
Hecate,
crummy set. I love it.
there's so
Oh,
much
wow,
to
it's so cool. Using the school stage
I'm
performance
not
to perform that
saying
he's like a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell her something she doesn't know.
But it also recalls the first scene of the game.
Oh, Katie, to me, you know you in rapture
Ooh, good word.
is your pallid skin. Your lips are so thin. Your
The
love
face of her.
books.
Astarion, I have but one thought. Why is it that you seem so distraught? Are you saying you're in love with me? You couldn't possibly. Really?
Oh, you're doing great. Give it another go.
You've cast a spell on me. It's a feeling that's killing me. But let's say categorically.
Charming or let Katie speak?
Oh, Katie.
Charm me, please. I want to see where this goes. And I love the good blues of the Delta of Knossos.
Katie. That's what I've always called you. It sounds juvenile, but that name makes me smile. I've always wanted to tell you. Anyways, as friends, I'm only a fraction of what I can be. I mean, I'll still make you tea, but don't you want more than tea?
Is this what you truly wish to do? This love could easily fall through. Imagine if we ceased to be. It's a possibility, don't you see?
Oh, God, he's looking pretty bad.
Hecate, it could be this spell on me has blinded my eyes from what you can see. If there's even the smallest possibility of losing you somehow, I'll take it back now.
Quick.
I'm finished. Could
Big one.
someone please
Slip in now.
rescue me? This is a disaster. Grace, help me.
Now we get a different musical style.
Yeah.
Say
Great
if you
transition.
don't mind, I'll take the floor because I feel obliged to help this man.
Never heard this version before.
He's a bit absurd.
Me neither.
He gets stuck on a word, but he flies like a bird
Grace, it's not him I can't face. My heart is a difficult place to admire. Hot coals at its core burn so many before.
This could be fun.
Yet he carries this torch, unaware of the fire.
Kate, will you dance with me? Oh, never mind. You know, this isn't the
literally
first time
Beauty
I've
and the Beast,
pretended
I
to
think.
dance with you.
Yeah, quite
Pretty
so.
much. Freddy's face.
Who thought a ball could live under a shell? I don't need your answer, you know me too well. This love is my truth, and I know in my soul that the magic in here is beyond our control.
Also reminds me of the
There's a
Hunchback of
part
Notre Dame.
me
Little
that
bit.
Yeah.
yearns for more. If I had my pick, it'd be you I adore. Not all is written. Powers greater than fate give meaning to what the world puts on our plate. Yet, even so, this could all go astray.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
He's bared his soul, so what's the debate? Will you
Quick,
let him
someone.
in?
Leave a little.
You deserve a love story.
Okay.
You deserve a love story.
Asterion,
Kate?
it seems you've cast a spell on me.
You will not regret this.
Not yet. It is written. You've cast a spell on me.
She knows how it's
To
gonna.
think I shall have my own story. You've cast a spell on me. And
I like
we
that now
shall
Grace and
fight
Freddy are the
it
chorus.
together.
But psh.
You've cast a spell on me. A tale of romance and glory. You've cast a spell on me. But do we have enough leather? You've cast a spell.
Oh,
His face.
what?
You know, I think the rune on her face is it like a general like sorcery or witchcraft
Well,
or
that was
magic thing.
diverting. You felt this way the entire time, Asterion, and you said nothing?
I didn't think I was worthy. I mean, look at me. I'm only, you know, half a man.
You have been a devoted friend over the long and lonely years, Asterion. I only wish I had realized sooner we could have been more. As for you, Grace, I thank you for arranging this diversion, however it came to pass.
Wasn't it written?
I don't get it. Didn't you know this would happen? Wasn't it written? Of course it was. It was also written that I would be unaware of Asterion's feelings until he spoke them to me.
But you knew that.
I follow the rules. It is written.
I have
He's
spoken.
devoted to metatext.
Yeah, true. We asking for help
yeah.
directly or?
Yeah.
Do it.
You know, there is a way to repay me. I still need to find out who killed Calliope. I fear I am oath-sworn to discuss no matters that occur within these halls. But all I need is if there are revelations from my investigation into the abnormality, you shall be informed. Come, Asterion, I wish to speak of this further, and find an appropriate outfit.
Hey, wait for me outside, yeah?
This might be one of my favorite scenes.
How
in the
long
entire
are we
game.
supposed to wait? It's been over an hour.
I'm sure it's fine, Grace. I doubt the Minotaur would break his promise. See? What'd I tell you?
There he is.
Whew. You still here? I'm sorry. Kate had a lot to say.
Oh, I bet.
Oh, I bet.
Oh, I bet she did.
Yeah, well, Kate wants us to talk about our feelings more. And there, of course, was tea. Right, so I suppose you want to know how Calliope broke into the reliquary that night.
She did what?
No, we didn't know anything about that. Do you mean the night she died?
Oh, well, I thought you already knew. Yeah, the night Calliope died, she broke in somehow. Thing is, we know she didn't take anything or even touch anything. I just remember the alarms, and I chased after her.
Did you say the reliquary has alarms? Like burglar alarms, cameras?
Oh, no, nothing like that. It just has a lot of
Labyrinth?
protections. You know, magic.
I don't know magic, actually.
Oh, well, it's just meant to keep the dangerous stuff from being touched. It was set off, so something happened in the reliquary. We just, don't know what exactly.
Those alarms don't go off if someone breaks into the reliquary? They don't detect intruders?
Well, normally nobody does that.
Well, Calliope did. She got in somehow.
Well, she must have snuck in the back way. Where do you think I keep running from? Whatever Calliope did here, it was enough to set off the alarms. That's all I know.
What relics are there? Maybe Calliope was looking for one, but couldn't find it before...
Yeah, that I'm not supposed to say.
Do you have the golden fleece, the shield of Zeus, the sword of Damocles? Is it suspended?
You know a lot about that stuff for a mortal.
So it's all real?
I can neither confirm nor deny any of that. All I know is that nothing got used and nothing got taken.
Every cast is identifying with her.
How do you know Calliope didn't touch or take anything?
Kate knows everything in the reliquary, right down to the last book. She's been looking, but she can't figure if anything was touched. It makes her so mad not to know. And it made Athena pretty mad too.
Athena got involved?
Yeah, when Kate finally told her, Athena wants Kate to keep investigating, but it doesn't look good.
Athena knows what happened here the night Calliope died?
Yeah, Kate told her a day or so later, I think. We didn't know Calliope died that night, though.
What? Athena didn't mention it?
Nope. Not that that's weird. She's not the chatty type, you know. She came in all quiet and cool, wanted to know who was here that night and what Calliope might have wanted. She swore Kate to silence. Not me, though. Guess she's not as smart as Kate.
You chased Calliope, but did you ever catch up with her?
No. If I'd have caught her, I'd have brought her back and Kate would have gotten answers out of her. All I know is that she was bleeding bad, but I don't know why. I wanted to help her, but she got away in the fog. Then I ran into Medusa.
Wait, what?
Medusa?
Here?
Well, that's another one to
Yeah.
add to the list. Medusa.
Well, she's not normally here. I think maybe she was chasing after Calliope too.
Speaking of characters who have been made adorable in other representations,
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
like Medusa's
What was
backstory in
Medusa
that game
doing
is
here?
a mystery
She was
that I
chasing
would
after
love to
Calliope
solve.
too, I think, but she wouldn't say why.
And did you see in the
I
trailer
asked.
for Hades 2
She
they have
never
a
got
character
into the
called
reliquary
Dora?
though. She was just out
And
here in the
Dora.
fog.
Couldn't
interesting.
Medusa
I
have
did not
broken
see that.
in like Calliope did?
Yeah, but I chased Calliope from the reliquary. If Medusa had been there, I would have seen her.
How could Calliope have been wounded?
It couldn't have been Medusa, like I said. She never got close.
But Calliope was wounded inside the reliquary?
That's where the blood was. We don't have anything that would attack anyone, though.
So someone else. But they did it inside the reliquary.
If so, they vanished after.
That's all I need to know.
This means Calliope came here the
adding
night
to
she
your list,
died.
David.
This is where she was attacked.
I like this project, I
But
must
we
say.
don't know by whom.
We know Medusa was here. She might even have been involved.
Well, she's super scary, but, you know she works for Athena, right? I thought maybe that's why she was here, but Athena said she didn't know about it.
Medusa works for Athena.
That does seem suspicious.
Yeah, there's
If that's all
there's
you
an interesting
need,
one.
then I have to
Yeah.
go. Kate will be
I mean,
so mad if she finds me gone.
I guess her head is supposed to be on
Good
the
luck,
shield,
Muse.
so
Yeah.
it's not completely
Okay there, friendo.
But that's not really...
unprecedented. Yeah, but also Medusa's supposed to be dead, so you know.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
it's Minotaur. So.
I'm furious, or we made progress. I don't think we're
Well,
actually
Both can be true.
furious at this point. Like, I mean, yeah, maybe with Athena we're furious. Let's go for the kick-ass.
Honestly,
Yeah, we
I'm
started.
furious. Someone knew she was here. They attacked her here.
And got away without Asterion seeing them.
I might never find out, Freddy. What if I go to Medusa and that leads nowhere? What then? Someone murdered her and they might never see justice.
One thing at a time, Grace. You'll figure it out. I know you will.
I guess so. Next thing is to go back to Pan. Tell him his favor is done.
What an adventure.
Sorry?
You're just lucky, Grace. Luckier than you think. You go do what you have to, and I'll meet you back at the apartment, okay?
Alright. So we're going back to Pan. To Olympus.
Pan! I hope you're here, because I don't know where else to look for you.
Of course I'm here, Grace. Where else would I be but amongst the trees and the wild things?
Nice book you have there,
I really
Pan.
must thank you, by the by. Asterion is simply over the moon. And he's already repaid me with this select tome from the reliquary.
You want the book?
I couldn't sleep, okay?
That's why you did all this? Because you wanted some book?
Not just some book, but a tome from the Forbidden Depths.
Forbidden section.
I doubt Hecate would be pleased.
The Forbidden Section.
Most assuredly not.
That's where the third part of the name of the
Neither would
queen
Athena,
is.
which makes it all the more delicious. I trust you got what you needed. More grist for the mill of your innocence, as it were.
Stop playing with me.
Stay with me. Yeah.
You know I did. Don't try to deny it.
I'm fairly certain I've yet to deny anything at all. Grace, if I didn't know better, I'd say you were being fresh.
Go ahead. Tell me it's a coincidence that you knew exactly where to send me.
You have no reason to be suspicious. I know nothing of what happened to Calliope at the reliquary. I suppose the question at the heart of this is, do you believe me?
Well.
That's a crossroad.
This is hard.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll let you decide. But
We said we were going to try to ship everyone, so let's
Okay.
stick to our word.
let's do
I
that.
hate it.
I also hate it, but you know it's for the greater good.
Only video
You're
games make you
enjoying
feel
this,
like
aren't
this.
you?
Yeah.
This tit for tat, back and forth.
I'll enjoy it if you're enjoying it.
Well, I'm not enjoying it.
Oh my, aren't you a delight? Even if you haven't answered the question, don't think
You think it's on
I didn't
purpose that he
notice.
constantly walks
I've
around
never
with
lied
his
to you,
tie,
Grace.
like not like
And I never shall.
Yes.
always like sticking out a
Yes.
little
If
bit?
you're looking for innocence, however,
Clearly is.
well,
Like the
I'm
last
afraid
hour
that's
of a
one
wedding
thing
or
I cannot provide.
What if I discover
He's
you're
just
lying
a
to
little
me
bit
after all?
disheveled, a
You'll
little
do what you
bit
do,
off from
and
the
I'll
perfect
do what I
gentleman.
do, and we'll see where that
The
takes
perfect
us.
gentleman.
He's a rake.
Yeah.
That's what he does.
Anyone?
I always vote for leaving him, but you know me.
Okay, let's leave.
That's my cue to go, isn't it?
If you must, there are always alternatives, you know. If I can make a suggestion, live the high life. Throw caution to the wind.
That's your suggestion?
And why not? It's the same as when I first met you, Grace. You can enjoy
was a
being an
better lover.
idol. Simply follow my lead.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
alright. We decided which route we were gonna go.
Shall we flip a coin? Okay.
Why not?
See now,
Oh, we should.
this
cut
is
the
why
coin.
I like
I
you.
have like
Such a
D&D
sense of the inappropriate.
Oh,
Oh, I've never seen this song before.
It is an ugly business living among the gods. You'll always twist an arm, even if you're trying not to. And so I say, let's do it. The world, it needs that guy who is prepared to move the pieces in from every side.
He's a good singer.
She's not impressed.
The world's on the edge of a knife, so I choose partying. There's no need for strife. So dance, little Gracie, come on.
Gracie, that's another one.
Gracie, hey, good one. Thank you, Pam.
Wait, what are you collecting, David?
Nicknames.
The rest
Yes.
is charm, so come on.
The new Pantheon.
Let's
New Pantheon. We're making our own game with nicknames.
So what, the call was close. We're both alive
like
and
the
well.
idea.
Yeah, I
We
mean,
live to
we
fight
should do
another
that.
day, as far as I can tell. And even if you don't, and I expect you won't, I promise you'll be glad you spent the night with me. So dance, little Gracie, come, won't you dance? Only so much
Guessing
of
there's
your
some choice
life's
coming
in
up.
your hands.
Yeah,
Yeah.
quickly.
Arrogance.
You're hiding your feelings. Do it.
Okay, hiding feelings.
I think feelings.
We haven't gone blue yet, so that's
Fair.
Really think I'm so hopeless.
last time Kate talked about how with the choice system, like you sometimes get like any songs that like end up sounding a bit weird, like incoherent in a way.
Yeah, musically.
Yeah, musically, yeah. But I mean, I guess musical music can be more, liberal in that regard. I think.
Variable?
Variable, yeah. But like, I'm wondering, like, what if this game would become like an actual musical, and you would have like the audience like press blue, red, green on their phones, for
You
example.
don't have any hope for me,
Like,
do you?
would that work?
You're just taking what
The
you
winning
can get
option being the
before it's
one on the
over.
stage.
I've seen this
Yeah,
story
and
many
you
times,
would have
Grace.
to, change.
I've told this
influence
story
what's happening on stage, and then
many
you get
times.
like the largest
And it
color.
always ends the same way.
The color people voted for the most, for example. Would that work?
You're hoping to find Medusa, I
That'd
expect.
be
Changing
fascinating to
subject.
try.
It would be.
And how do you even know
Very
about that?
difficult on the performance.
I'm just trying to be helpful, Grace. In my way.
Totally off topic, but
You'll
have you
find
heard about
Medusa
William
at a
Castle?
dingy
He
little
was a guy
club
who did that for some
appropriately named
movie
the
performances.
Viper's
Read about the guy;
Nest.
it's fascinating.
Give her my
I
regard.
didn't know that.
But do be
Oh, yeah.
careful if you call on her, Grace.
Yes, for
Medusa
any
is
previous
a
mind, William Castle.
hideous monster and should be
It's
treated
very
as such.
interesting that they call anyone in this game a hideous monster.
Yeah, it's true.
I haven't actually met Medusa in my game.
Oh,
so-
really? So we should do something else then. So we don't
No,
spoil for
you
it.
can do that. That's fine. I'm gonna do it,
Well, we
tomorrow,
haven't gone to the
basically.
party, so.
Or do you want to talk to Freddy?
We can do so. We're an hour in. I mean, we can go. I've been to all of these places before, so I know what happens there. So we can do whatever you want to do.
For completion, we can try after this party, so we can see a little bit of everything.
Okay, Julie. If you see,
Sounds
you've
good.
been to Aphrodite's party, right?
Yeah, I don't
Been
want
to
to spoil
Aphrodite's
you.
party.
Okay, let's
Okay.
do that then. But
Yeah.
for that one, there are some, that's all of the content warnings that were discussed earlier.
Okay.
But it's very interesting, I think. Kate also mentioned last week that Apollo basically has this habit of always standing next to the wall, like
Fancy
leaning it
party?
back.
Check.
And
Just
once you
dress?
know, like
Check.
he really
Grace
does
totally
do
not
that.
dressed for the occasion.
Yeah, he
Check.
does.
He doesn't like
Oh,
chairs.
if only I knew what
No.
I was supposed to be doing here.
It seems none of
Grace?
them do.
You're here.
No,
Yeah.
Hecate likes chairs.
I'm invited,
Yeah.
aren't I?
And
I'm just surprised you even knew it was happening.
Persephone said I should come to this. Whatever this is.
Persephone didn't tell you? Why am I not surprised?
Surfer boy.
Boy.
I came for Aphrodite's help.
Persephone said
You didn't
Aphrodite
tell
could
me
help
either.
me and that she'd be grateful I came. That's it.
Persephone's not wrong, but that's not the entire story. You don't have any of Calliope's memories, right? No deja vu, recollections that aren't your own?
No. Should I have?
Not right away. For a while, you won't remember anything. We call it the veil. In time, the veil will start to lift, slowly at first, but
So one thing I
eventually
found
you'll
really
remember
interesting
almost
about the
everything
animations
Calliope did.
here, or rather the lack of animations here, is that they have like the same few character types in silhouette.
Yeah.
And so like I initially like we focused in on that one lady leaning against the wall with a drink, and I'm like, oh, that's Athena.
Mm.
Why is Athena lurking? But no, it's just random Grecian garb woman.
Yeah. I mean, we're still in Olympus right here, so there are other idols, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like the sort of thing you should tell a new idol.
New idols are usually chosen. You would know about this
Environments in
already.
the animation in this
except-
game remind me good comics
Except
many times.
Calliope
Like,
was
They
murdered.
have this kind of
Well, remember how
Yeah.
old we all are.
They
are
use
so
sort of this
many
static
memories.
frame idea
So the veil
where you're
lifts
not
gradually
expecting to see
protect you.
smooth motion from one thing to the
Eventually,
next.
it's like a flood.
It's a good
Yeah.
choice.
It becomes difficult to separate what's you and what's them,
I
and all
wonder,
who came before them.
like, the editing, for example, if it's all predetermined or if it's procedurally generated, like if it's randomized, because you do get like a couple of, like, you have to zoom in on the painting, then there's the glasses, there's the people, like, is that all set in stone beforehand, or does the game choose what its focus is on? But I don't know that. Kick ass or not?
Kick ass.
It started the path. So
I have a hard time believing I'll forget who I am.
You won't stop being you. You'll just also be everyone else who
isn't
isn't
it
you.
weird that the cheeks and the belly of Apollo match?
Yeah, I don't buy it.
I understand.
Well, I mean, he
Take some
never
time to
closes
let it
his
sink in.
shirt
If you like,
ever.
we
I
can
bet
talk about
under
it
his
later.
jewelry there are little like white
What
patches.
does this have to do with the party?
Aphrodite hasn't been the same since we came to the New World. She has horrific memories of what she endured during the war. Passing on her eidolon is a way to forget, for a while. That's what this party is for.
Why throw a party for it? Doesn't that mean everyone's here to...
Watch her die? Yeah, I suppose so. We're also here to celebrate. We're here to help Aphrodite remember before she forgets again.
Yeah, sounds like a real banger.
This party isn't for us, Grace. It's for her.
Let's go through all these options then.
Do you support what Aphrodite is doing here?
It's not my choice to make,
Okay.
Grace.
Yeah, but you must have an opinion.
Hey there.
Yeah, we are.
Eventually, you will remember what we
listing
experienced during the
nicknames
war.
for
And
Greek
eventually, you
characters
will
in
remember that what Aphrodite experienced
So
was
because of
far
reasons,
worse.
basically.
Yeah.
If this is the mercy she requires, I will not tell her she should not take it.
This isn't the first time Aphrodite's done this. She's held this kind of gathering before, right?
This is her fourth, I think, perhaps fifth.
So every time the veil, whatever you call it, when it starts to lift,
Aphrodite's memories return, and eventually it is too much. We gather to pay our respects and to honor the past, while she still remembers it.
Wait. Persephone said Calliope always refused to come to these parties.
She refused on principle. Everything Calliope did was on principle. She
I
believed
think I would've liked
Aphrodite was
Calliope.
indulging her sadness,
Yeah.
wallowing in it.
I wouldn't mind.
She thought Aphrodite
Calliope
should
prequel.
try harder. It was a
Yeah,
point of contention between them. Aphrodite will be grateful you're here.
This entire
Trust me.
arc, like, it's such a intriguing perspective on like immortality and eternity and stuff like that. I think, like it's
Yeah.
what it
A
actually
lot of the things,
entails.
a lot of the things that the gods say are very interesting in that way. Is sort of fatalistic. Like there's some conversation you can have with Apollo somewhere where he comes out with like, do you think older actually means wiser? Because we're as old as you get, and we seem to be the same as ever.
Yeah, and it's
Um,
and if like if you're stuck with like Aphrodite, like if you have trauma, for example, like that stays with you for eternity. So that is it's and you can see it from that perspective. And I think this, I mean, I've said it, a stream last week, like this is the, like from a choice-based perspective, this I think was the hardest part of the game for me. Like I don't know, like there's no right answer here. I think, or I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
definitely not.
Yeah.
Like, I personally definitely believe in the right to decide for yourself when the pain is too much. But I also think that a lot of people get to a point where that seems right when it, like, if they had longer to think about it, it wouldn't. Like, the statistics bear that out. And I don't know, we can have this conversation with Eros, basically.
Yeah,
but like, I'm personally, having seen this scene through, of the mind that Aphrodite is doing herself a big disservice.
Yeah, I that's also how I played it. So I guess based on that, we're saying that we don't like this idea at all, or I get it. Like, I guess it will be between the two, I guess, is where we're saying.
Yeah, it's like, I think I don't like it, but...
Yeah, I quite agree.
And yeah, Kate, you just showed up for the right on the right time.
I don't know, Apollo. I don't like the whole idea.
You want her help, don't you?
Yes, but...
At least speak with Aphrodite before you make a final decision. She's not here just yet. Until she arrives, I suggest mingling.
I mean, I think it would be a more logical answer from someone who has the mortal experience to say, I don't like this idea.
Or we can talk more if you like.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Just try to relax.
Grace doesn't have that.
Sure, yeah. Relax.
The experience of
That's what this party is for, right?
The layers of life piling up.
So we can talk to Eros, we can talk to Apollo again. I think if we go back to Apollo, I think he'll just say, "Oh, you've spoken with everyone," and then we go back to this screen. I think so. Let's go to Eros. Is there something? Now that you mentioned that, Julie, I want to see if they're the same character model, but I think they're individual on this screen. I think. But, yeah. Let's talk to Eros. Persephone describes them all as rotting, which is a very interesting way of thinking about all of this length of time. Yeah, that's a good... Yeah. Like, in a way, like, they're accumulating experience, but at the same time... Yeah, rotting might be...
what do you do with them?
Good metaphor.
Yeah.
Grace!
Hey, Eros. Nice to...
Oh.
Thank you for what you did with the Minotaur.
Okay.
Aphrodite will be so happy you're here.
Oh, I miss
it
Asterion
means
already.
So much you have no idea.
No wonder.
Are you okay? Or is Aphrodite? So I'm told. Anyway.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you okay? You
I never asked that.
Every time she does this, I don't know how to handle it. I almost want to run upstairs and demand she stop. Remind her that this never works. Sorry,
Wait, does have extra chat?
Shouldn't
Okay,
unload on you.
we'll
It's been a bad week.
Okay, yeah, I see. It's okay? Or this happens a lot? Or any of them? Which one?
Yeah. The question, this happens a lot, makes sense at least to me. This is the first time for me.
Yeah, no, you're right, yeah.
From the sounds of it, this happens a lot.
Every 20 years or so. That's how long she can hold out until she just can't stand it anymore. Every time, Aphrodite forgets. At least for a while. But I don't. I remember everything. I'm there for the nightmares, the panic attacks, the days she doesn't even remember the war's over. And now I'm arranging her gathering again, so she can die again. And I'll watch it all again.
Yeah, read the lines.
Yeah.
Is there no other way? Does Aphrodite really need to...
There is this movie I always recommend, like a tiring grandfather called The Man from Earth.
She's tried
basically,
magic,
there is this immortal
drugs,
character, and
psychotherapy,
he mentions at some
meditation,
point that
everything we could possibly
human, but
think
immortal,
of.
has the problem that you forget also
For a
a lot of
while,
stuff.
she'll
But
deny anything's
traumas
wrong.
and
It all
highs and
seems
lows
fine,
stay there,
and I
just like
start to
to any
hope.
other person. You
Maybe
always
this
remember them,
time
whether
will be
it's
different.
2,000 years ago.
Then the nightmares begin,
I'm liking
and the memories
this line
return.
with Aphrodite. Okay, like
More
it, because
with each
it's precisely
passing
that.
day
The trauma
until-
is there forever. How can you live with that forever?
I hate it, but I see her agony. I can't deny her this.
I mean, just to say it out loud, the way you deal with trauma is by dealing with it, not by running
Maybe I
from
just don't understand, but
True. And that's an
The
option
way
you
you learn
have here. but-
like
The way you learn to live with trauma is
Some of
by
the
living
idols have
and
committed suicide.
talking it out.
They let
working
themselves
on
die
it.
without passing on their
That's
idol
actually
on.
that's one of the points that
What you'd
Greg,
expect.
Kasavin
They're
also
gone.
mentioned in relation to Hades, how he wrote
Forever.
Hades. Like he said, these characters are immortal.
says
They
she
can't
can't do
kill
that.
each other. Like,
She
like
won't.
they can't, you know,
Not
die
until
because
she
they're
sees
immortal. So
Hephaestus
the
again,
only way to
I
have
suspect.
to, you know,
Not
the only way to
what's
have to
happening here
deal with
is
their
anything
problems is
casual.
by like to talk it
She-
out, but they don't because
She
you know
still has to die
their
for a
their
while.
own personalities and their you know too proud of themselves and stuff like that. But that's what they were going for with Hades, like. You know, we want this to be a game where it's about reconnecting family and looking at dysfunctional family dynamics and stuff like that. And that's a really interesting way of looking at these elements that, you know, other more, let's say, commercial / traditional / AAA game design tends to ignore. That's all spectacle and power. And yeah, and she inflicted trauma on a new person every time she does. That's a good point as well, Kate.
Yeah, the vampire dynamic, yeah.
is it okay if I
Actually, it's a
ask
spot-on
what
point
happened?
about mythological gods.
I don't
because
mean to
in
pry,
classical
but I'm
Orthodox
new.
mythology,
I
they are
really
not
don't know.
precisely celebrated for being, let's say, sentimentally
to
nature.
Aphrodite,
So
not me.
that's a good point.
It's not my story to tell.
What if I could help?
If I know what she was dealing with, I might be able to help.
Could you? I suppose it wouldn't hurt. What happened is that Brother Ares happened.
Ares.
He missed out on the first world-spanning war, you see, so he was damned if he'd miss out on the next one. He found some jack-booted mortals, so full of themselves and their supremacy, and he told them about the idols. Then they came for us. Took us completely by surprise. Some they killed, but Aphrodite, her they captured.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh.
Aphrodite was captured, but she's here now. So she must have escaped.
She didn't. Do you know the name Hephaestus?
No. Should I?
God of smiths. He could make anything, any tool or weapon. He was Aphrodite's husband, and he adored her. When he found out the mortals were torturing her, he went mad. He was determined to save her.
Wait, they tortured her?
Nothing extreme, I'm told. They were too frightened, but they were also determined to wring every last secret out of her. So, who knows how long that fear would have lasted. Thus, Hephaestus made a deal.
With the, jackbooted guys.
No, with their enemies. That's what saved her.
Then this deal is how Aphrodite survived.
It's how we all survived. It's what brought us to the new world. Hephaestus saved us all. We never saw him again. That was the deal. He would leave, make their precious weapons, and never look back. Aphrodite never even got to say goodbye. It's funny, because Aphrodite didn't even like Hephaestus when they were married. She seemed to resent every minute they were together. But now he's all she can think about.
So that was the thing that we were talking about earlier. Like, I think this is one of the most intriguing ways at least recent popular culture has told this story. I think, like it's played for laughs in Phoenix. I mean, Immortals Phoenix Rising. Like there's other games that do the same. I think, but this is a much more, a much deeper.
It's much.
Yeah.
So I'll say here the same thing I said on my stream, but now I've had more time to think about it, so it'll be shorter. It's a really interesting way of putting things together, because the Nazis really were interested in magic power and mysticism, and they would absolutely have leapt on this. But the implication here is that Ares got involved with the Nazis and basically gave them as much power as they had.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why the Holocaust happened. And that Hephaestus gave the Americans the bomb.
Oh, like that.
And that's why they won the war. And that is... When you involve World War II, you have to be really, really careful.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's one thing I would change so far about this game, it is this.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel kind of disrespected as someone whose grandparents fled the Holocaust to come to the New World. I do kind of feel like this is a little too far. And it's especially too far when it comes to the bomb, because the bomb didn't win the war. The bomb didn't actually win any part of the war. There's basically no excuse for it. So...
Yeah, no, I think you're right.
Yeah, I have a lot of feelings about that. But going on with the premise, I think they were trying really hard to steer away from talking about the actual victims of World War II on either side, and I understand why, but I think they probably could have used a few more consultants.
Yeah, maybe. It's in general, it's I mean, if you look at broader games, like it's not a topic that games have handled well in the past. So, and I mean, even here, I think it's very like Marvel's Eternals. You have this exact same thing where it's Phastos who is brought in touch with that, or in connection with that. And that was 2 years ago. So yeah,
I didn't watch the Eternals.
Well,
heard it was pretty good though.
There's a lot to like about the Eternals. There's also things to dislike. Like I mean, there's the entire Ancient Aliens thing.
Again.
But it's
I mean, I think I knew that, but
yeah, but it's I mean, Eternals is it's a very interesting film at the very least. Like I think it's worth a watch, even if it's only for the classical reception alone. But also like for other elements like the pure audio visuals of the film are fantastic, for example. So even for those things you can enjoy it. And it's also completely disconnected from anything else in the MCU, so you can just watch it as a standalone thing. Going back through to this, do we? What do we say? Want to stop this, or you don't seem to approve?
I guess a natural reaction from any mortal is I want to stop this.
Yeah, that's good.
Maybe I shouldn't ask, but is there any way to change Aphrodite's mind?
You say that as if I haven't tried. If only...
And you're right, Kate. There is no implication here of Ares Aphrodite in a relationship.
She'll ask you to use your power
Yeah,
as part of the
it's very
celebration.
strange. They
Could you use it
mention
to
Ares as
inspire?
her brother, but like
I can't force anyone
Ares
to
and
do
Hephaestus
anything they
are
don't want to,
full-blooded
That's
siblings.
not what I'm asking.
So like,
I believe that deep down, she doesn't want to do this any longer.
they don't appear
must
to
see
quite
it
be
isn't
doing the
working.
Hades thing where they're like,
She
oh
just
yeah,
needs
no,
the
like
strength to-
Demeter was somebody else's
try.
child. Like they
hope
weren't
that's what she
actually
needs.
related. Like Hera and Zeus aren't siblings in that one. They don't seem to be doing that here. So it's kind of interesting that they note Ares as her brother when Hephaestus as her husband. It's like, what's going on there?
So, David, what are we seeing? No.
Okay, on behalf of Grace, I will say it's not up to me.
It's not up to me, Eros. I can't make that decision for her.
I know. Neither can I. I was only hoping Aphrodite could make that decision for herself, if she was inspired.
I don't know.
It's a lot to ask. I'll understand if you can't. All I want, one way or another, is to get through tonight.
So we can talk to Apollo. Let's do that before we wait for Aphrodite.
No one is actually related, though. They never mentioned them to be siblings.
Well, I mean, because they have the Eidolons.
Yeah, so they're different. They're not blood related in terms of mortal bodies. But when you talk to Eros at the club, he'll say that Aphrodite is his mother in
that's what I meant.
in their relationship, and that sort of thing can persist.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, Kate also points to that conversation with Eros, and this is another instance of what Kate talked about last week. That Apollo has this affinity of standing next to or leaning next to walls, which I can't unsee anymore.
I mean, Persephone does it too.
Does she?
Like you were saying earlier, there are no chairs in her little room. Just little bar shelves that they can kind of lean against, and whiskey bottles.
You're right. Yeah.
I'm surprised they are not taking selfies all the time.
Yeah. They don't seem to have phones.
I know all these people, Grace.
That's weird, isn't it?
For as long as I can remember, I've known them. Yet sometimes I feel like I don't know any of them at all.
Yeah, I've kind of been thinking about this as if it's set like in the 90s. Like that's what the aesthetic feels like to me, with the like.
I mean,
the posters and stuff, and like they also don't have cell phones, and like.
But Oracle has a laptop though with the internet.
That's true.
Yeah.
So it's like the advent of wired internet, when cell phones were still like they were a thing, but not everybody had one.
Yeah, no, it's you're right. It like we talked about this last time as well. Like, this seems to be like not contemporary America, but I mean, like also not 30 years ago. I think like it's somewhere in between those lines.
Like it's
yeah, but it's deliberately vague in times of space and time, which I guess fits any mythological story in a way. But like you could assume it is New York, for example, but I don't think it is. I think last time we did have a. Kate points out. Yeah, the Oracle says Apollo is scared of phones.
Oh, is he?
So apparently there's a mention of phone. Maybe that's because they're still new or something. I don't know. But so I don't think it's contemporary. I don't think it's 2023. But yeah, there is some like retro aesthetic in there.
You don't enjoy these family gatherings, do you?
But that's a good point, because mythological landscapes are always relatable, but not identifiable.
You call each other sister and brother and
Kate says Grace
mother.
and Freddy have phones. Okay. So
yes, but
there are smartphones.
And you've been together like 100 times longer than I lived with my family.
Right.
All you're missing is a drunk uncle everyone has to apologize for.
That would be Pan. But yes, I feel very much out of place.
It's always Pan.
It's always Pan. We see, we were right. By the way, Kate, now that you're here, we have been following your idea of romancing everyone, even if it went against our judgment of the characters. But we have been following that.
Yeah. So Kate, I wanted to know, what do you think of Pan? Is he a cute rogue, or is he an annoying car salesman?
Wouldn't you feel more like you belonged after 1,000 years together?
Is your assumption that all those centuries bring great wisdom?
Don't they?
I'm not watching the chat,
We get
so
older.
somebody tell me what she said.
We have more to forget.
There's some lag.
We hold grudges longer,
yeah.
but wiser. No.
I love the sentence that Apollo's head
Not
is
so
always
far.
tired. It's so true.
I spoke to Eros. He's pretty broken up over all this.
Oh, poor Eros. Each new successor, his hopes rise up once more. And then he watches the new Aphrodite crumble, piece by piece, only to start all over again. It's so different from the olden days. Once he was the eternal disaster, and Aphrodite kept constant vigil over him.
Maybe he feels like he owes her.
I think he's followed her into a dark void, and somewhere, deep down, believes he deserves no better.
I should get back out there.
Let's see if we... I just want to test. If we click talk to Apollo again, what does he say? Is it just like...
Annoying car salesman. Praise Kate. Yeah, Kate says he's an annoying car salesman until you get to know him. I liked him a lot more once I tried his romance.
Okay, so... You need to get to know him, and then you like him. I mean, we are on the romance path with him, so...
Yeah, maybe we change opinions.
So I get let's wait for Aphrodite now. Against the wall.
Tire head.
I
My
love
family.
the new idol.
Having you all here,
She's so
gathered
great.
once again to see me off, it moves me. More than I can say. My loves, my darlings, my dearest friends. And you. Oh, my dear sweet thing. I dare not hope that you, with all your troubles, might sing me to my sleep. Yet here you are. Yet here she is. Huh.
Kate says, what Apollo says there is why I object so much, actually. Each time the new Aphrodite crumbles, they were a person before she did this. That's right.
Good point.
So... Can we talk in private, I guess?
That's good.
I was hoping we might have a chance to talk.
Oh, but we are talking, are we not?
I mean the two of us, in private.
And abandon my guests when I've just arrived. I have so many farewells to make.
Is this Grace, my lady? The new muse?
Oh, what manners I have. Grace, Grace, meet the lovely mortal woman who shall tonight become the new me.
Hi, my name's Venus, and yes, it really is Venus. Nice to meet you, Grace.
I love it. She has more Aphrodite symbols than the current Aphrodite.
Yeah.
I adore it. She's got like her hair is up in a heart-shaped pink knot. Her name is Venus. She's wearing pearl jewelry. Oh my god, I love it. She's got like a rose tattoo.
Hi. So, you're okay with this? You know what's gonna happen?
Of course. We've been working together, preparing for, 6 months now? Has it only been that long?
Must be nice to be prepared.
About to be promoted.
Ooh, I'm so sorry. Lady Aphrodite told me. I should have thought about that.
There will be so much time for you lovelies to speak later. Now, we must prepare
So,
for my departure.
Speaking again of symbolism, I couldn't quite figure out that fan shape that Aphrodite's got on all her jewelry. Like somebody suggested seashell, but it doesn't quite look like that to me.
Are you sure we
The
can't
stars
talk
I
first?
get, actually.
I really
like,
need your help, Aphrodite.
sort of the
I
celestial
know you do, my
figure
dear. I wish I could be
of
there for you.
pre-Aphrodite
but I'm afraid
Inanna.
My time is up.
Oh, you
but
mean
since
the
you've shown
silver
such
thing?
kindness in
Uh-huh.
coming,
Like
I
all her
will
rings
ask
and that brooch and her
Eros to make
earrings, they're
himself
all this
available
like
to you
silver
afterwards.
fan shape.
There's nothing I know that he does not. He is my son, my truest friend,
Why
my
couldn't it not
longest
be
love.
Seashell? Because she was born. I mean,
Won't he
she
be-
in the painting.
I mean, it could be. It just
little
it doesn't look like
distracted.
it to me.
Eros has been through this before, Grace. He knows what must be done.
It's interesting that,
Right.
that she, like, with I think all of the other characters, divinity is indicated in gold. With her it's silver. Or gray.
That's
at least.
true.
Not that much time with our sentence to death in a week. Yeah. You really want to do this, or tell me what my role is? So wait. So, which direction are we going here with this entire thing? I think we.
I mean, David's been going down the
Yeah.
do you really want to do this path. I'm interested to see what happens if you really try.
Really try.
Let's go.
Really try to save her. I couldn't
Yeah, yeah.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't take her choice away from her. So
Oh, okay.
like, I'm interested.
Are you sure you want to go through with this? I mean, you seem okay.
Oh, thank you.
Okay,
I'm pleased
that
to
was
hear
very
my
clumsy.
smile is still convincing.
Oh, I didn't mean to say it wasn't. It's just. This is a lot, isn't it?
Oh, is that a note of disapproval I hear?
David. I'm
Just keeping consistency with myself, so it is, yes.
I guess it is, yeah. It's hard to support what you're doing.
Is it your intention to talk me
Exactly,
out of this
Kate.
then?
Red.
Kate wants us
Why
to be
would
red.
I allow
yeah.
that?
Let's show the true colors.
So, show them. Now she's in the chat voting red. Yeah. Right. So we just wanna, yeah. I'm gonna go all around rampage.
What is more red here? Doesn't help, or this is wrong?
I would say this is wrong is more red.
Okay.
I also love. I mean, we were. I mean, love is like we were saying at the very beginning of the stream, like, oh, it's great. This is a game where you know there's no violence or like you don't actually enact violence. Like I mean, there's no fighting, and then we're going red to kick ass, and we're choosing violence in every single choice. So we.
Well, Grace woke up today.
Grace woke up today.
And chose violence.
Okay, so this is wrong then.
Okay, let's go.
Because this is wrong. You're passing your trauma onto innocent people so it can swallow their lives as well as yours. For nothing.
Such fire! Oh, how marvelous! Do not
She
waste your
is-
passion, Grace.
Never know.
Do not let it wither on the
She is
vine like
decidedly more
untasted
silver than
fruit.
the other ones.
Please don't condescend to me.
Oh, I don't mean to. Not in the slightest. Do you truly think I am such a monster that I would inflict my pain on the unwilling?
Oh, I guess our choice is made for us then.
I guess so.
I mean, yeah, there's quite a lot of violence, but it's like you're not actively.
Yeah, you're not like
you-
punching people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Physical.
This is confrontation, but it's not quite
You're
the
the
same
worst
thing
kind
as what
of
you see in most
monster.
video games.
You're so selfish. And yet you clearly seem unaware of what you're doing to everyone.
Grace, stop. You only just arrived. What gives you the right to assume you know enough to speak like this?
Eros, love. She's not wrong.
Indeed.
Except that I am fully aware of the pain I am causing. To you, to us all.
Mother, no. We're here for you. We're all here for you.
As am I, my lady. I know the risks, but I also know I might be able to help. I want to try.
Thank you, Venus. It means more to me than you can possibly know. But tonight is not about becoming better. It's about respite from the pain. And honoring the memory of what was. Go, enjoy the gathering, Grace. Tell me when you're ready to begin.
So we can talk to Apollo, Venus, or we can begin the ritual. So let's go talk to Venus. Kate says, I'm normally more sympathetic than this. I just go red in the song because it's then still her choice. Yeah. I feel bad.
I want to
being
apologize
red all the
again,
time.
Grace. I really messed up. It looks like I'll be
It's
doing
so
that a lot.
interesting because at the end of the day, when
Lady
a video game
Aphrodite
is
said I'm
openly
ready,
violent,
but
she doesn't think
I
about it.
don't know.
Just go slash and kill. But when you have to make choices and be tense and conflictive, things are much more uncomfortable to go on with. Makes it more realistic.
It's like, I mean, that's the entire ludonarrative dissonance discussion, right? If you like like so Richard Cole, who Kate knows, I don't like, he's a person who works in the UK on games, and so we collaborate. We did a study of people choices while playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and so we found that for them it's basically two different games in one. Like on the one hand you have the combat and the game and exploring the world, and on the other you have the the cutscenes where you talk to people and you make choices, and the two types of things you do are completely different. Like in a way, when you talk to people, most of them were not actively being bad, they were helping people.
It's much more. It's much more clear cut when somebody is only there to kill or be killed.
Exactly, and then
when there's no other possibility.
So they were, they were talking to people, and they were, making, helping them, and then when they were in the world, they would just go around killing people. Like it's, and I'm not saying that it's inherently ludonarratively dissonant, but there is a divergence in how these two things come together in that game. So that's, and I think here you don't have the combat aspect or like exploring the world thing, so you only have the interaction, and you're immersed with the characters and you feel for the characters. I think the last 30 minutes have shown, and so I think in that way, like Kate says, we are berating her more than as she would. Like I also, like I in my own playthrough, I was less hostile is not the word, but less confrontational maybe. But it's we want to see what is possible, we want to see what happens and stuff like that, so it's different. We're playing for it in a different way, and I think that's interesting as well. But
yeah, in my own playthrough, I very much felt like I had to make choices that felt okay to me.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is not that.
It's interesting. Like so wait, are we all at a point where we're all uncomfortable with where we are? Because it's interesting that like, so Julie, you said, and I did the same. Like you make choices that are okay to you, but then David said, in this situation, Grace would say this because she's immortal. So we're looking at it from different perspectives. You can look at it from the perspective of what would this character do, or you can look at it from the perspective of what would I do, and I think that's very interesting. And that's something that games, I think, are the only medium to do, or almost the only, at least.
There's an interesting role-playing problem here. Comes up a lot when you're LARPing, actually. It's called bleed. Of when you your character's emotions and yours start to affect one another. Like even if you're playing somebody who's nominally very different from you, and not everybody plays the same way. Like studies of LARPs have discovered that like role-playing bleed is much more common for certain types of players. So like there are players who go into games with different ideas about what they want out of a game. And not necessarily like, I am thinking about I want XYZ, but just like people enjoy different types of things. It's been roughly categorized into 4 types. I don't remember what all of them are. I am definitely the explorer type. I want to know everything.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily need to fight anything. I don't need to win everything. I just, I want to know all the secrets. And like somebody who is more sort of character driven or knowledge driven tends to be more likely to experience character bleed than somebody who is, for instance, more competitive or more into the mechanical aspects of a game. So like for me, it's very hard when I'm playing a game to choose options that are not like me.
Yeah, no, it's.
But I know people who very much, they go into it with the attitude of, no, I'm going into this to be somebody I'm not, to make choices I would never make. So like, I can totally see either route to this. And I don't think that my personal stance on essentially assisted suicide is the same as everybody else's. I know it's not. But to put my own emotions out there for you all, moment of openness. Like not everybody has had to watch their father die slowly. It changes you. So like I totally get the response of like, how could you do this? How could you do that? How could you ever do this? Especially for people who have grown up in religions where suicide is considered sinful, which is a large part of the world. It happens also not to be me. So like, I think that trying to change Aphrodite's mind here is not something I would feel comfortable with as myself, and so as Grace, I did not.
Yeah, no, but you're right that there's, I mean, any type of game character is a spectrum between I and you, I think, like, or I, myself and other, in a way, and you do like bleed, and like as Kate said in the chat, like she did a mixture of her and Grace the first time. Like I don't think like you can fully separate the two, like, and you see that, and also it evolves in games, or it changes and it develops as well. But it is like, and I think LARPing or role playing is a fascinating and perfect example of that as well. And Kate says, I've never shouted at Aphrodite like that. You guys are just monsters. To be fair, you were the one voting red in the chat. So, I'm not saying, saying we are innocent. So yeah, so what are we saying here? We're talking to Venus.
Oh, thank you. Sorry.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Second thoughts, maybe?
Second thoughts.
Having second thoughts? If so, now's probably the time to mention it.
I would never do that to Lady Aphrodite. I'm just nervous.
That's understandable.
If I can ask, what does it feel like after it happened? Do you feel different?
Do you feel different?
It's also kind of interesting that Venus's jewelry is neither gold nor silver, but rose gold.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. Reflecting another personality coming, yeah.
Kate says, I think that's why they specify in the first scene with Pan that you can't make anyone do anything. It sets up this scene quite importantly, so whichever choice you make is not going to be forcing her. That's yeah. There's a question of consent as well. That what Pan was saying earlier. Like if Grace has the ability to have everyone burst into song, is that ethical or not? And so here, for example, so Venus asks, what did it feel like? I think this is a choice that you can only make from the perspective of Grace, like, because we don't know what it felt like. Like, so here we are actively constructing, Grace's point of view instead of, saying what we would, feel like. So in that case, what are we going for?
Spot on, Alex, because I was thinking, like, what will Grace say here? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think she was changed by becoming what she's becoming. She's changing because of the experience interacting with all the idols, but not like. Actually, many times she's reacting just like another mortal facing all this labyrinth.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
So what are we
So
saying?
not really, I would say.
Not
I would
really.
say
Yeah.
I would go
Not
for not
really.
really. Yeah.
I still felt like me, if that's what you're asking.
You didn't remember anything? About her? Who she was? She was just gone?
Yeah. Isn't that the point of all this?
I just wanted to be sure. Sometimes it doesn't seem like it could be real.
Yeah.
Your name's really Venus, huh?
Everybody asks me that. Even the other idols. Maybe that's why Lady Aphrodite noticed me in the first place. She says it was fated to be. I say it's because my mama was a diehard hippie.
You said earlier you're okay with all this, but how can you be?
I saw a lot of people in crisis at the shelter. I knew something was wrong with Lady Aphrodite. She's in so much pain, Grace. She won't let you see how much. Eros called me one night desperate. She wouldn't stop screaming. She didn't know where she was. She's a good person, Grace. A good
To this
soul.
point, Kate is saying that
She
without those
deserves
backgrounds,
mercy.
I think this will be a much worse storyline, and I fully agree. Yeah, making it deep.
How do you know Aphrodite exactly?
So I was working at this homeless shelter, right? A couple of years ago, and she came in with one of the older residents. And she was there in this, like, amazing dress. And she's sitting with this guy and really listening to him. Like, they were old friends or something. I just thought, what is someone like her doing in a place like this? So, I just went over and introduced myself.
That's it? Just like that?
Yeah. She came back to the shelter a few times, but by then, I guess she'd taken an interest in me instead.
But don't you feel this is wrong? I mean, you're ending your life. It's like some kind of murder-suicide pact.
I don't think of it like that. Lady Aphrodite is not committing suicide, and I'm not being murdered.
Aren't you? Your life is ending. It's being taken over, swallowed up by Aphrodite's grief.
I'm becoming part of something bigger, something amazing. Or maybe you're right. It'll be terrible, and I'll end up in so much pain I'll regret it.
So why go through with it?
Because Lady Aphrodite needs me. Maybe, just maybe, if I'm added into the mix of all the people she's been, maybe things will be different.
I don't know if Apollo has something new to say, so let's see.
His eternal position.
His eternal position.
Back again.
Won't help me.
I don't think I'll have a chance to talk to Aphrodite. Not before, you know.
Not surprising. Surely Persephone must have realized that.
How? She's never been to one of these things. Anyway, I'm not sure what I'd do now.
You have two choices, Grace. Either you do as she asks and sing her to her rest,
At which point Venus won't have Aphrodite's memories yet.
or you somehow convince her to remain with us and hope she's grateful.
And doesn't regret it. Or get angry at me for ruining her party.
Do what you feel is right. It's a risk either way.
Have you spoken with Venus? She seems really...
Nice, earnest, a genuinely good person.
Yeah, I suppose.
It's not an accident. Ever since the war, Aphrodite has sought out the kindest, the most innocent souls to be her successors. She chooses them because she believes that over time, it might make her a better person. A more worthy person.
Wouldn't it be better if she chose people who were, I don't know, more resilient?
I suppose that depends on your definition of strength, Grace.
I should get back out there.
Alright, so we begin the ritual. And so we said we were, Julie, you want to see what happened when you save her, right?
Yeah, let's find out. if we even can.
I think I did it in my first playthrough.
Huh.
I have tried so hard, fought for so long, but in the end, I must bid you all farewell once again.
Seashells, I think.
But before I go,
Right.
I would like us all to remember the sacrifices
Like, if
that
it were
brought
Hera,
us
I'd say
here
they were
to this
meant to be
strange
symbolic
new
peacock
world.
tails or something.
This time.
And
It
if
is
she
with
were
the
an
help of our
Egyptian
lovely
goddess, I would
nymphs
say, like, maybe
that we
papyrus
shall be
reeds.
guided.
Yeah.
But,
I was thinking that at the beginning, but doesn't make sense.
yeah, no. Not for a Near Eastern goddess.
You can go most green and red at the end.
We waited far too long.
Or all
We thought we shouldn't intervene. We were wrong. We were wrong.
Should we go all red or not? I mean, I don't want to. But, I mean, I'm
far.
not sure. Chat is powerful.
Twas the golden age
Or all red.
of reason, and I the queen.
No, but let's
of
see what happens when we save
But
her.
a plague of hate was spreading, and there were vultures standing by. Before we fell to our knees begging, we fell from the sky. We let them rise, we let it happen. We waited far too long.
Someone?
Thought you said you were going red.
I mean,
Or saving her, so.
Chat is saying red.
So-called brother,
Pat, aka Kate.
Yeah.
sold his soul forevermore. He so loved the military, he became their dog of war.
Dog of War. That's a
He denounced his loving
version.
family,
Version
and with
trend.
mortal guns and greed.
Okay. Kate is angry. We made her go red at Persephone, so we're going
Yeah.
red. Okay.
Fair
We're going
point.
red.
That war dogs need. He betrayed us and we let him, and with their mortal souls long gone.
Red, right?
We thought we were.
That's what the audience is asking.
We were wrong.
I don't feel good about
We
it.
were wrong. I can feel we have the vigor of an idol coming in. Be wary as they find you to tear you limb from limb, torture you and spit at you, parade you in a square. I thought my life was over, and a God answered my prayer. The man that I ignored saved
This
me
depiction of Hephaestus is so strange.
rescued me from hell.
It looks like a half mask, right? Like a Phantom of the Opera mask.
Exactly, yeah.
It reminded me of the villain in Wonder Woman.
Yeah, right.
Made a secret weapon
Who was messing with chemical weapons in World War One.
Oh, good point.
I mean, I guess it ties into the point of, do we really go red?
Hard to do.
Do whatever you're doing.
Okay, red then. It's in chat's hands. I am not choosing for myself.
Disclaimer.
I've
I
never
gotta
seen
say
this.
that I'm amazed I held my tongue for so long. Not such a fan of this old plan, but who's to say that you're wrong? Now shoulda gotta erase a memory when there's no chance of changing history. This guy that sacrificed his life so you can live in his place. Wish he'd drop by, cause man, I die to see the look on his face. You try to hide from your reality, but then come back with regularity. And if you notice a disparity, then what's the meaning of his legacy? Who gives a damn about your suffering? Who wants to see you be yourself again? Who feels your pain in case you're wondering? You got the time, but it's the stuttering. Everybody wants to see you fall in love.
Oh, that's
Botticelli, huh?
I can't place your face, so let me give you a hand. An idol should embrace the things they don't understand. And you don't get it. My mind's a fall Falling city buildings crumbling down. What is more the pity? All I hear is the sound. Bombs blanketing the ground. A screaming so profound. And you want to play around. Will you offend? Everybody is insulted by your acrimony. Everybody wants to wallow in my testimony. Everybody. So who is ready for the ceremony? Everybody. I'll be siding with the everybody.
Everybody wants to see you fall in love.
I never thought you'd let it get
Neither did
this
I.
way. I stood by watching what we've built decay. We're just pretending.
This is a very different song.
Yeah,
Mother
I've never even seen this setting.
Your family's here. Everybody can see the agony you're going through. Everybody knows the goddess is inside of you. Everybody keeps repeating what they're meant to do. Everybody, I've got to stop it just to prove to you. Everybody wants to see you fall in love.
Everybody, who's gonna help me overcome the war? Everybody, who's gonna be there when I'm on the floor? Everybody, who's gonna cry when I walk out the door? Everybody, 'cause I'm not gonna do this anymore. Everybody wants to see you, wants to see you fall in love again.
It worked.
Yeah.
Huh.
Surprising.
Effective way, yeah.
So when I played this, so there is a way to, you know, have her deal with the problems instead of making her just angry.
Maybe it's the earthquake she needed.
Mother, is it true? You've chosen to...
Live. I have chosen to live. I'm so sorry, Venus. I made you so many promises, dearest, and I won't be able to keep them.
My lady, all I ever wanted was for you to be happy. If this is your wish, I'll be with you at every step.
I as well. Always.
I hope none of us regret this choice in the days to come. But thank you.
This will work out. I mean, after all, everything you said to her, this will work out.
Entitlement.
Yeah. I mean,
there's no polite answer.
There is no polite. I mean, I guess.
I mean, sometimes her phrasings are more polite than your
Yeah,
options.
it's true.
Let's just hope.
Yeah. Oh, other Kate is here as well. Hi, Kate.
Hey, Kate.
I see what people sim for arrows.
Yeah.
I really hope I didn't make things worse for you. If I did...
If you did, it's not your fault, Grace. I know how the Muse's power works. Somewhere within me, I wanted this. I knew it wasn't working.
At least now there's a chance it could get better.
Now then, Grace, you needed my help. No doubt regarding Calliope's death.
It's interesting because, you know, this scene...
Have you any suspicions as to who might be responsible?
So when you have the kinder option, you know, but when you do save her in the kinder option, this scene fits much better than it does here, I feel. Like we were very rude to her in the church, and then here she's just
We
like,
sure
okay,
were.
yeah, I'll stop. You know, it doesn't feel...
But hey, at least we got confirmation that Pan wasn't lying to us about how the power works.
Exactly, yeah, that, you know, it's...
Or at least Aphrodite thinks so.
Yeah. So, are we asking about Medusa, asking about someone at the reliquary, David?
Let's go for Medusa, just to meet everyone.
Medusa, possibly. She followed Calliope to the reliquary the night of the murder.
So that's where she went.
I mean, obviously it was not a comfortable scene, but dramatically it was really powerful.
Calliope came
the
to see us
silence
that
felt
night.
so uncomfortable after the
She was
song. It's
agitated, frightened even. But she wouldn't explain why.
She said she had a plan.
It's emotional storytelling.
It must have been the reliquary.
High class.
A plan.
Kind of plan, yeah. Let's be gossipy.
Plan?
Yeah.
A plan for what? What could she find at the reliquary that would help her?
Maybe she wanted a weapon. Something to defend herself with.
But she got inside and didn't take anything.
How odd. Hecate must be beside herself with annoyance. I'm afraid I can't offer much help, Grace. Few have access to the reliquary. I certainly do not, and I don't know who does. If Medusa was there, I'd ask her why and how. There are always motives lurking within her motives.
Come now, Mother.
See, that's
it's
interesting
time you
because
rested.
if you've
It's been a
already
long
done the
night.
Medusa part here,
If I don't, I suppose you'll both
I
gang
guess
up on
this
me again.
entire thing isn't possible anymore.
Very well.
Interesting. Okay, well, I gotta tap out at this point.
I mean, we are at the end of the thing.
Whew.
But,
So, did they have anything helpful?
it's, I think
Medusa.
we spent an hour on this scene.
That's a rather dark name to unearth.
It's,
Are you thinking of seeking her out?
Didn't say a lot about.
I have to. How else will I find out what she knows?
You need to be careful, Grace. Medusa is not to be toyed with. Athena employs her as a spy master, a hound to do her bidding, a vicious hound at that. Athena's not likely to tell either of us where to find Medusa. I can't say for certain who would know. Are you all right, Grace? You seem troubled.
David?
You don't have the option to say, Pan told me.
Yeah, no.
Kind of figured that, yeah, but let's go for poor Aphrodite. I think we have been too cruel.
What Aphrodite went through,
Aphrodite went through it a lot. I mean, you
That's the
you
funny
are
thing about the life of an immortal.
Including you,
It never
yeah.
ends.
Wow. Way to really sell it, Apollo.
You are the drama.
Awkward smile.
I have a question.
Here's a question.
I had an encounter with Pan before the gathering, and he spoke of you fondly. Am I correct in believing there's something there?
Here we go again. I don't like Pan. like,
Let's go with I don't get him. It's neutral on the
Yeah.
question.
I don't get him. Hot one minute, cold the next. You can never tell where he stands on anything.
It's none of my business, but no matter what I've said of Pan, his feelings run deep.
Honesty is not for you.
It's still not for
Don't
you.
underestimate him, but also don't write him off. Not yet, anyhow. Give my regards to Persephone when you see her.
That I thought was pretty funny.
Oh, see, Kate has never seen him ask that before, so we unlocked a new path we weren't prepared for. Alright, so we have finished the... Oh, we have the Persephone scene. I guess,
Apollo.
Apollo,
so
always so
dramatic.
dramatic.
And well done, by the way. You may be the very first person ever to talk sense into Aphrodite.
However, the method. Did I do the right thing? I think it's a fair question.
Still don't know if I did the right thing.
Well, it was never up to you, Grace. The choice has always been Aphrodite's. Look at it this way. At least she has a chance now. And whether she uses it, we'll see.
Yeah,
I remember
Kate.
the last time I passed on my Eidolon. 1952. I was married to, well, I'd say you'd call him a gangster. More of a thug. A mean, vicious little thug.
Is this the
Persephone
only time we
saved
get, like,
me
an
from him.
actual year?
Tore his head clean off.
I think so.
But not before he fired a shotgun into her chest. My chest? Whatever.
Why tell me this is what I will ask. Yeah.
Why are you telling me this?
We all have our sordid history, our personal horrors, building up
Kate
like
is enjoying being
sediment
the
around our
chat troll.
souls. You can't let it bury you, Grace.
I mean,
you are the only one.
we are getting
who
the
can keep your
playthrough
head
I
afloat.
normally wouldn't get on my own, so it's...
Yeah.
Oh wait,
Oh, no, what do we do?
Wait, this is
Oh.
red or romance.
No, that's how I
We have a problem now.
Promise both things. Yeah, Kate is calling for romance. So
yeah,
let's
I
go
think
romance, yeah.
okay. So officially, romance trumps red, right? Okay.
Yeah, that's our portfolio. Okay.
You're incredible. You know that?
There's no need to be facetious, Grace.
The queen of the bed.
Really?
The queen of the
And what of Pan? Is he also
Weren't we
incredible?
making sentences worth of t-shirts? Because that's one.
Oh, okay. Now we have to choose Persephone or Pan. I think we are
Persephone.
all in favor of Persephone. I
Who is
think.
doubting here?
Yeah. So I will let the chat catch up with us, but I think
God polycule. What's wrong with that? We're going for the full God polycule. Where's my polycule option?
so. We're going Persephone, right? Okay.
Oh yeah.
What he is incredibly frustrating and nothing at all like you.
I am incredible. It's true. It's good that you recognize this.
Love her.
Okay, I take it back.
Oh, you can't take it back, Grace. I would have thought you'd learned that by now.
I've never seen this song before either. That's nice.
Alright, I really gotta go. This is cute, but I gotta go. Love you all.
Yeah.
Ciao.
See you. Bye.
Everybody working against me. Every idol but for one. Violent with apathy.
Yeah, absolutely.
We couldn't reach
The Kate show.
resolution.
Yeah, the Kate show.
You and I.
Yeah, I also. Gale is not the most interesting character in Baldur's Gate.
Something seems familiar about you. Have we met some lifetime?
My character is great.
So for those joining us right now.
Yeah, I'm speaking with Lace.
Gods like me don't have too much to hope for. The rules been fixed throughout the ages. So I have forged a daring path. I would like to make some changes.
Yeah, I thought we were going red, not green.
We can win a revolution, you and I. I'm
Red, I guess.
Let's go.
And you, Grace, you are a queen. Hold your dominion, and in my opinion, you're on the right
To
track.
be fair,
It sounds like they
I like the
heard you
rhythm and the
decide, or
rhyme of
just
the
it's
red
time that you
version.
kick
I mean, you
'em
can't say
right
green now. We were going red.
She's really into trolling today.
Yeah, I mean, you were saying red all the way. Well, more green to Persephone. Okay, so Persephone is the exception. We'll go green afterwards next time.
You have to go green with the goddess of nature for obvious reasons.
Who's closing
Don't fight her.
think I like that mouth on you.
Call me crazy, but I think red has more juicy outcomes.
I mean, definitely.
Overstayed your welcome. Time to go home.
Oh no. Did we mess it up?
Get out of here, Grace.
Did we mess it up?
You never know with goddess.
Yeah. By the way, now that I mean, I can redeem the ma'am thing. Technically, I have enough. But I just want to see what happens if I do. Like, does that submit? Does that do anything? It's in the redeem. So technically, All right, so I think this is why everybody's redeeming ma'am. I think yeah, this is a good point to stop. I think we've done around half of Act 2, I think. Act 2 is longer, and we spent a lot of time with Aphrodite, which is good because there's a lot to talk about. So yeah, so thank you for joining, Kate and Kate. This was interesting. This was I think we have some very nice discussions here. We are taking a break from this game for next week. For next week, apparently I didn't know, September 22 is Hobbit Day, and so for that one we'll be playing Lego Lord of the Rings, because why not? You have to celebrate Hobbit Day. But then for the 2 weeks afterwards, we'll be finishing Stray Gods. On the 29th, we'll have Maciej Paprocki joining us, who's been on the stream before as well, with Apotheon and with the MCU roundtable that we did last year. So yeah, thanks for joining. Thank you, David, as well, for making all the choices, honestly, for thinking about the Grace. Oh yeah, enjoy your conference, Kate, next week. And yeah, we'll love to have you back for Stray Gods as well.
Yes, please.
Please. All right, so I'll stop streaming now.
Thank you, everyone.
And yeah, have a good weekend. Bye, everyone.
Bye.